In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs are 8-2 to start the season, and they return to action tonight, welcoming in Golden State to the Frost Center. Tip is set for 7 o'clock. It'll be televised on the FanDuel Network. In other NBA news, the Dallas Mavericks have fired general manager Nico Harrison. Assistant general managers Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi are being promoted to lead the Mavs basketball operations department on an interim basis. The newest college football playoff rankings were released last night, and the top 5 remained unchanged. Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, and Alabama, with Georgia rounding out the 5th. Texas Tech moved up to 6th, and Texas officially found their way into the playoff picture, sitting at 10, with Miami as the current ACC champ. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I'm your old pal, AJ. To my left, you know him. You love him. Mr.
Loosening up.
Rob Thompson.
Yes,
Good morning,
sir.
Robert.
I'll be here for the rest of the day.
The Bobcat himself.
Carry on as if no salutes required.
And then look over there on the other side of the glass. You can't see him, but just know.
Yeah, why can't we see you?
I don't know. I'm ready. People want to see Victor.
Hold on, look.
We had worked on that for a couple of days.
I know. And then
Ready?
We had
Look,
the camera
ready?
available.
Okay.
Here we go.
Why? What's?
It's
I don't know. It's science.
Someone needs to come fix it, man.
I don't have the admin rights to go in there, so oh well. I tried.
Well, I'm gonna have to.
I did that a month ago.
And we don't have a meeting today,
I know.
so I don't have my chance to air my grievances. That's normally my
you
my
can
opportunity.
do it through an email. Yeah, but
Mm.
that's not fun.
No, I like to do it in person, and then I see Dax write it down in his little notebook.
Yeah.
And he's gonna he's gonna tell someone, oh, AJ's bitching again. I already know. Like that's.
Hold on, let me go to the bitchin' page.
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
right
let me turn it to the AJ's bitchin' chapter of my book, and then he writes down whatever I say, and I don't know. Sometimes he takes care of it, and sometimes he doesn't. But
Yeah. No, he's good about it.
it's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
I think. What a day! Spurs game day. How about that? We are ready for that. Vic? Did you go get a Veterans Day meal?
No. My daughter came home too late. It was about 7:30. So
she cost you a meal.
yeah. Well, she brought me something.
What'd she bring
You
you?
brought a steak, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she stopped by HEB and got me a nice, huge ribeye. She cooked it
So we
for
had a
me.
steak.
She did cook it for you.
Mhm.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah,
Good.
she said, sorry I took so long. It's like, well,
You know
that's all right, but the smell of the sear,
what was she
you
out
know.
doing?
She was out shopping for clothes
You
for the
gotta
kids.
Be kidding
Yeah.
me.
It's
Maybe
fine
needs
because,
some new shoes. Checks
I don't-
came in.
okay, if you have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, you're not taking them to go shopping. And I get it because I took them one time and no, I'm not doing that again.
Just let them run. I
Nah.
used to take my kids to
Too much
Stein Mart
anxiety.
and go have fun.
Okay, I have
run.
anxiety. I have anxiety as it is. The last thing I need is for them. You take your eyes off for 1 second,
Go
a
hide.
millisecond.
No, go hide in all the clothes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but if
And
she,
when I'm leaving, I'm just going to whistle for you, and you run to the door. Don't leave the building.
if she loses one of those kids, that's not your fault. I mean,
No,
it's on
but-
her.
I'll feel bad for a little bit.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
But you could have gotten that free dinner. Right?
I know. Then the house would be quiet.
I know. We all
Was
make
it
our
busy
choices.
last night for those that went out?
Oh,
Were there
yeah.
a lot of veterans?
Oh, I bet it was. Yeah.
My wife was like, "You need to make a reservation if we're going to that." I
Yeah,
said,
you're right.
I was like, "It's a Tuesday," and she was like, "Just do it." So I made one,
Well, San
and I
Antonio's
got
about
there,
free stuff.
and I was like, "Oh man, I am glad we made this reservation because it was." And I mean, they were
That's
sending
what
it.
I was afraid
Well, the
of.
good thing about Chamagaucha is the turnover's
Yeah.
pretty quick. You know,
Yeah.
you're eating by the time when you sit down, food's coming.
Yeah,
Hey, are you
So, yeah.
are you a
You get
fast
in there.
eater or slow eater
I
or medium?
I'm probably kind of medium. My wife is a fast eater,
Okay. Yeah, my
I grew
wife's
up
a
with
very
brothers.
slow.
I'm
slow.
a fast eater.
Yeah,
man.
me too.
but at that place, I take my sweet time, baby. I take
You
my sweet
savor
time.
every bite.
I try not to ever have an empty plate.
That's
I
my
keep that coin tossed, man.
Yeah.
So
No, what's that?
You always have a green card, or
my
is it
card
green?
is always green.
Yeah. When they come by, I'm all, what's that? No, never mind. Carry on.
Oh,
No, I don't want that.
oh,
Carry on.
chicken pass.
I've never had it
I don't
on
need the
red.
sauce.
I've
Nah.
never flipped it red when
Carry
I
on.
went.
Chicken
Never.
pass. Sausage pass.
Now, carry on. Carry on.
Anything else though?
Bring another one of those weird cuts.
Yeah.
that I've never seen on
You
a cow.
literally
I don't
want
know where
some
you
red
got it.
meat?
Oh, I tell them I want mine. I want mine bloody. So they made it. They
But see, I like the charred edges when they
So what
first
is that?
come out.
Is
So
that
I-
off the top or the
like,
bottom?
dude.
Which is more rare?
well
It depends on how far in.
It
they
depends
are.
on how far. Yeah, but they usually have 2 skewers and they've got like rare, medium, and medium well.
I like the seared edges and then the medium.
Yes,
Somebody did
that's
come
what
by.
I like.
Somebody did come by yesterday with a well done
No, I don't-
picanha, and it was so sad.
Did you punch him?
I just looked at it. I was like, he's like, "Do you want any picanha?" I was like, "None of that." Looks like
I'll take it raw,
Looks
but
like it
not
was in a
that.
house fire. Like
That sucks.
I'm like, who wants well done meat at that place? But no, it was a fine dining experience. I ate probably 6 to 8 lamb chops. Oh yes, I ate my fill, and I told my boys, I said, listen, if you guys get the full churrasco experience, you got to eat your money's worth. If you don't eat $60 worth of meat, if you're only trying to eat the little rolls and a chicken breast wrapped in bacon, don't get that all you can
No.
eat.
Yeah,
We'll drive you through Taco Bell later if you need.
I did have a salad
What is
too with
the
it.
alternative to the all you can eat?
So like what my wife did is you can pick one meat, and she picked the picanha, and they come by and they give you like 12 ounces of that one particular meat.
Yeah,
And then you still get the salad bar and all the sides.
I was thinking something completely different. I thought they were going to like bring a plate out. I was like,
No. Well, you can. You can get like a branzino.
Yeah, well, I knew that you could get the fish, but I thought there was I'm sorry, I know what you're talking about. I thought it was like like a wife plate.
No, but they also do have like sharing steak plates, so you can get like a 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk that's like for 2 people or 3 people or whatever.
That sounds great, but why?
I don't know.
I don't understand. Anyway, okay, I didn't realize. I was thinking something entirely different.
Yeah.
So I've been where you can just get one meat, but
oh man,
what's the point?
I stuffed my guts. And then I was sick when I got home.
Yeah, I stayed home and had a failed dish.
Oh, it didn't work out, huh?
Failed, flopped. I made a
Your pudding.
Yorkshire pudding. For those who know, it's a kind of a delicate dish. it's like a souffle. It's supposed to rise.
Yes.
And I pulled it out of the oven, and it was beautiful. It was Etna. It was a mountain of and before I even pulled it out of the oven, it collapsed to about, I'd say, 1.5 inches of just thickness. It's supposed to be this crusty kind of savory.
How was the flavor?
The flavor was great.
But
it
was just
as
the presentation.
It went from a light, kind of an airy thing that you put this heavy gravy and roast beef on to this thick polenta. So it tasted fine, but it was not
what you were hoping for.
It was not a gourmet. If Gordon Ramsay would have thrown it at me,
he would have.
And the
he would have cussed at
he
you.
would have thrown stuff and thrown me out of the kitchen for my.
How embarrassing for you.
It was humiliating.
How embarrassing for you. I'm sorry.
I'll fight.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah,
but we live to fight another day.
We all have our El Guapos. Mine just happens to be a sagging Yorkshire pudding.
That's right. We live to fight another day. All right. We got plenty to talk about today. Like I said, it is a Spurs game day. We got a lot of college football to get into today.
Yeah, we kind of had a precursor to what happened last night.
Yes, and I'm not sure if people are quite grasping what all this stuff means, because there's we're being hit with an okie doke on some things. There's some of these teams that they're talking about making it ain't gonna make it. I can tell you that much now. But we'll get into that. I've got some giveaways. We'll play the stat is right once again. Oh, there's just so much to do, so little time. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How you feel this morning? Did you wake up feeling good about yourself, your health, and carrying on about the day? If you did, congratulations. I support you. But if you're like a lot of us, you woke up a little overweight, probably didn't sleep very good last night, and going to chase that caffeine you need right now and some sugar to follow it just to get that motor revved, then you're going to chase that for the rest of the day. By the time you're ready to go to sleep tonight, you will have had too much caffeine and too much to eat, and you're going to have to repeat that cycle. And as you do that over and over and over, the pounds add up. That happened to me. I got to nearly 300 pounds. I got tired of waking up feeling like you do right now. There's a fix. It's losing weight. I want you to call Dr. Jacob Torres if you're ready. There's been no better support system I've ever been a part of to help me lose weight. Now, when you go see a doctor like Dr. Torres, of course, you're going to be treated like a patient, and they're going to make sure you get a full evaluation. They're going to figure out why you gained that kind of weight. I pretty much have the idea, and so do you, but there might be an underlying reason. You need to find out about that kind of stuff, and you apply the medical to the psychological, then you get the things that Dr. Torres does at the Institute for Functional Health. I walked in that place about 8-9 years ago now. Man, I can't believe it's been that long. And I never felt worse, and I'm 9 years later, I feel as good as I ever have. Feel better than I did yesterday. You know, the thing about weight loss is once it starts, it's pretty easy to maintain if you're doing it right. Call Dr. Torres today. The number's 210-468-1891. His website's IFF Health. Go there. It's a good resource. But if you're ready to lose weight, call him today. He's going to help you get there. And when you get there, come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Morning. As you get into your early morning commute, we do have an accident reported on Loop 410 eastbound Evers, northwest side of town. 2 right lanes are blocked. On 35 upper level, northbound I-10 to McCullough, 2 right lanes closed with road work. We are full on closed on 35 lower level, southbound, 35 lower upper level split to Brooklyn Avenue, and then 37 northbound, that off ramp to get onto southbound 35, road work blocking the ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Thomas J. Henry Injury Attorneys, available 24/7.
An accident can leave you struggling to pay for medical bills. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe you deserve justice, no matter your financial situation. That's why you don't pay us unless we win your case. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Energy slipping away, losing your edge? Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center offer a quick free T test. Get pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded, personalized for you. Most insurance covers it. The best you is waiting at trtmvp.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Sports fans, listen up. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and bladder leaks can be a side effect. That's why Depend is teaming up with the Prostate Cancer Foundation to encourage screening, because health is a long game and it's yours to win. Now, here's the cool part. Through November, Depend is contributing up to $300,000 to prostate cancer research by donating 25 cents for every purchase of Depend Shields, Guards, and Real Fit products. Void in Mississippi? Learn more at depend.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226.
Kohl's has 20% off gifts that are so good, your family might think you read their minds. Check off your list now with cozy, thoughtful, and stylish gifts that will make them say, oh, how did you know? Yep, with these presents from Kohl's, you're going to leave them feeling impressed and convinced that you're a psychic. Shop Kohl's for an extra 20% off gifts that are the perfect fit. Select styles. Offer ends November 22nd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime! Hey. Morning Huddle. 94.1. Oh, Stevie. Yeah. Bringing the heat, baby. Hey, Spurs game day. Spurs and the Warriors tonight. The Warriors, they took a little belt to ass last night up in Oklahoma City. So you can look at it as, well, the Warriors are going to be pissed off. They're going to be locked in. Or you can look at it as
they lost to the best team in the world.
They just got their ass kicked, and it's because the team that played them was better. And right now, I don't know that the Warriors are better on paper than the Spurs. Certainly going to be an interesting matchup. One of the more intriguing matchups the Spurs have had this year.
It's going to test the guards. They got some tough guards to stick with. So we're going to see how Steph Castle plays on both sides of the court, because
Steph on Steph crime.
I'm telling you, I think this could be a lot of fun tonight watching this. So the backcourt play is going to really play a role. But Wemby could have some free reign there if they don't find some backside help, because they don't have a lot of bigs that are going to be able to play against Wemby. So it's going to be our front versus their back.
Yeah, it was 126-102 last night, and it was and by the way, when I say 126-102, I understand that the Warriors outscored the Thunder in the fourth quarter 30-19. This game was a blowout until the Thunder put in their reserves. Like this could have been 1,000,000 to like 80.
Well, and that's what it's Oklahoma City, and this wasn't a trap game. This wasn't like, oh, they're holding back, getting ready for San Antonio. They got their ass kicked. Now there is something to, you got your ass kicked. That stung. At least you get to get back to work. But it is a back-to-back. I expect a pretty comfortable early for the Spurs. If they get out early, this will be a team that's like, well, they're going to lick their wounds and get ready for Saturday, or get ready for get a day's rest and come back and try to split here in San Antonio. But it'll be tough for them tonight because they're going to be worn out. But like you said, reserves played the fourth, so they might be ready to go.
If there is any correlation between defending Chet and defending Wemby, didn't go well for Golden State last night.
They don't have any bigs. They're a 3-guard team.
Chet was 23 points, 11 rebounds on 9 of 9 shooting.
Which means everything was a dunk. You know, I'd like to see a shot chart.
Yeah.
It's like 1x.
He had his way. Shea had his way. This Warriors team, there's something there, but its size is certainly not to their benefit.
This is a good matchup for us. It really is, and it's not because they're a great team, but what they are good at are things that we need to be good at. So the offense, defense on both sides, they're going to have to – ball security is going to be hyper in this game because they're going to try to lull us into some speed, and we saw the turnovers happen when we start going fast. So, yeah, I think the first thing I'm Mitch, stay within yourself. Don't turn the ball over, and let's try to execute on every possession and don't get caught in the run game that they're going to try to get you in.
Yeah, Rob and I are going to be down at the Frost Center tonight, taking that one in. And hopefully the Spurs continue their hot start to the season. The Warriors now, with that loss last night, move to 1-6 on the road. They are unbeaten at home, but not very good on the road. That's a good. That's a good sign
for a play-in team.
It sounds about right. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Thunder moved to 11-1.
Yeah, they're beast. I mean, it's
and have yet to have Jalen Williams on the floor this year.
Yeah.
So. That team is just they're on a different level, but I'm excited to see the Spurs go up against another. I mean, the Rockets are the Rockets, and I think that's they're a team that's similar to the Spurs in a lot of ways, in that they were totally torn down and kind of rebuilt in recent years, and the Rockets are really a year, maybe 2 years ahead of the Spurs in this process. But I liked the way the Spurs matched up against them. Now, against a team that's been together for a long time, has a lot of vets, this is not a young team. And that's one thing the Spurs are. The Spurs are still a bunch of babies, and this is the opposite.
With this bunch of babies and given the start, I was having a kind of a deep conversation by the mailbox regarding what the expectations should now be with the Spurs, and if they are what we think they are, how quickly do you decide to go all in for a title? Did you speed your time clock up to next year? Did you speed it up to 3 years from now or 2 years from now? Did you speed it up to this year with an injury? And if you have, how does that affect the trade deadline? How does that affect what we see going on around the league right now? Because I get the sense that Dallas is about to go through a fire sale. I get the sense they're about to break this thing down to the studs.
Not interested.
Well, I'm just saying they're the first.
Yeah.
So you're going to now have some teams between now and February who are going to realize rather quickly, well, we were hoping everything was going to go well, but now looking around the lottery, there's a lot of good players down there that could really help us. And then you suddenly, after a month, 6 weeks of the season, you suddenly have 2 or 3 teams that were hoping for mediocrity that ain't going to find it. And they're going to start headed toward the toilet. And then you're going to have these fire sales available to you. And there's going to be players like Anthony Davis. I get the sense going to be available in the next 6 weeks. I'm not saying the Spurs should chase him, but those are the kind of things that suddenly come available. And if you do feel like, I kind of feel like, man, this team could compete. Now, they're not OKC level yet, but if something should float around, then you have to go, what are you willing to part with?
There are 2 names that could reasonably be traded this year that I would have any interest in if I'm the Spurs. One is Giannis.
Yep.
The other is LeBron James.
So yeah, and both of them for different values.
Yeah.
And then you have to go, okay, if you would like that, you have to start saying in your mind as you're planning like you would for a vacation, let's put some money away, let's plan on what this is going to be. How much are we willing to spend on a Giannis? And who do we love and who do we need to get rid of? Maybe sooner than later so we don't fall in love with him. You know, it could be somebody on this roster that we love And I will forever bring up George Hill. I mean, the Spurs decided to trade George Hill before we fell in love with him. And Pop was already in love with him. And let's get him gone so we don't really know what we're missing.
But it paid off.
Well, it did. And I think that there's reason to believe the next time it would be too. But so given the expectations, we're 8-2 now. By All-Star break, you got 4, 5, 6, 8 losses. And you're going, you know what? This team is really good.
Yeah.
How quickly do we want it?
But also realize that you can't give up Julian Champagnie and Kelly Olynyk and get back Giannis.
What's these dudes worth, and what are you willing to say goodbye to? Because we're about to fall in love with a bunch of guys that are very hard to say goodbye to.
I get it. But that's you know what? I think we just say we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
It's an RPP, right?
It is, because right now, all your guys are doing is building their value. And the more value they build up, the less of them you would have to give up in a trade like that.
So first chance, go get it. That's the great thing about a competitive roster is these guys all know that we're all good and we're good together, but all of us need to put tape on we got to have some good film because any one of us could be gone.
Well, and I mean, we've seen what it's like when De'Aaron Fox is in here. We've seen what it's like now when Dylan Harper's not here. Like you can still this team right now is constructed in a way that you can take a piece out and it'll still be okay.
Isn't that fortunate?
It is. And also, but when you're adding, a top 10 player, you also got to remember, man, it's not always a bad thing to give up young talent because it means that your team is pushing to win right now. They're pushing to start their window today.
Lots of options because lots of guys that the rest of the league really likes. And some of the guys I didn't think would work their way there. I think Keldon Johnson is now a valuable commodity in this
That's
league.
A beautiful thing.
Isn't it?
Devin Vassell is now a valuable trade piece. These are great things. Now, they're the things that you would have to pair with a younger, sexier piece, but again, cross that bridge when it gets there.
I think every one of these guys is in consideration, including De'Aaron Fox. I think all these guys are in play.
Well, almost all of them.
Well, except for numero uno. But and I say De'Aaron, I mean, there's prohibitive stuff there. But that was the conversation I had, and that struck me as I was walking back to the house, how far we've come in a month.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, we were talking play-in, hoping for 43 wins a month ago, and this team is not that.
Rob,
they're lightning strokes ahead.
Imagine a year maybe before, like 2 years ago, before the Steph Castle draft. If I had come to you as the Spurs and said, okay, you keep Wemby, you give me the rest of your roster, and I'll give you Giannis, I would have felt like
everybody
in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
and we'll just find 10 other dudes.
Yeah.
Like that's where that team. There was nobody on this team that was like that had any real trade value whatsoever besides Wemby. And now you're in a situation where it's like you've got all these pieces that other teams are finally interested in. Like they were a roster. The Spurs were a roster that really, like, if you had that fantasy team, you couldn't make any deals because you would never want to. You never want to give up Wemby, but nothing else that you have would interest anybody else. So they were in a weird spot. Obviously, hitting in the lottery a couple times in a row can change things in a hurry, but it's not just been that. It's been the Fox deal. It's been the and getting that new talent injected has raised the value of guys like Vassell and Keldon.
Exactly. I think as much as the finding the new talent, it was the older talent actually growing into what you expected them to become. I mean, it's been a benefit on both sides. Now, we're putting a lot of eggs in this cart, and a cart before the horse and all this stuff because we're only on game 11. But given the future and given what we've seen, the next couple of games, a home and home feels like a playoff. And if I was Mitch, I'd go, let's kind of treat this like a playoff because we got them 2 times in a row. So we're going to do some stuff and react to some stuff. So let's do some things and act as if this is a playoff series to prepare ourselves for what does appear to be imminent, an opportunity to play a team at least 3 times before you get exited.
All right, we'll talk some more Spurs later on. On the other side, we've got to talk about what happened in Dallas yesterday. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Morning. As you get into your early morning commute, we do have an accident reported on Loop 410 eastbound Evers, northwest side of town. 2 right lanes are blocked. On 35 upper level, northbound I-10 to McCullough, 2 right lanes closed with road work. We are full on closed on 35 lower level, southbound, 35 lower upper level split to Brooklyn Avenue, and then 37 northbound, that off ramp to get onto southbound 35. Road work blocking the ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Find great early Black Friday deals now at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus up to an extra 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Valid through 11/19. Selection varies by location. Select locations only while supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
It's back. Just in time for the holidays, the UTSA Roadrunners Holiday Auction. Bid on over 100 incredible items, including gift cards, electronics, trips, and much, much more. Imagine doing all your Christmas shopping without the hassle of holiday crowds. Best of all auction proceeds directly benefit the Roadrunners football program. It's a true win-win opportunity. Go to 210cityfans.org and start bidding today. That's 210cityfans.org, and Merry Christmas.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Ah, the sweet feelings of summer. The kiss of warm sun on your skin. The softly scented breeze blowing through the trees. Don't worry, you have Off Clean Feel, fragrance-free mosquito repellent that feels good on skin, so even mosquitoes can't ruin those sweet feelings of summer. Off Clean Feel. Prevention is the best protection from mosquitoes.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends, near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
The Gomez Law Firm is the firm that San Antonio turns to for personal injury law. We have Jose from the Gomez Law Firm here with us. With over 1,200 5-star Google reviews, The Gomez Law Firm is proud of the winning record and results that are attached to these reviews.
We encourage people to go online and look at our review because we want to make sure that you feel comfortable choosing the right attorney. And we assure you, you go to Google and look up our reviews, you're going to be satisfied.
It's important to hire an attorney you can trust, and the reviews speak for themselves. The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted provider of personal injury law since 1973.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
The Gomez Law Firm continues to fight for our San Antonio community, and the results matter. If you've been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then contact them today at joegomezlaw.com. That's joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Cowboys getting ready for a football game after that tragedy last week. How do they prepare? We'll talk to RJ Ochoa, blogging the boys. He joins us at 2:30. And the Texas Longhorns have a huge game against the Georgia Bulldogs. Our Longhorn insider, Bob Ballou with KI Sports, he'll join us at 3:30. Plus, the Spurs play the Warriors. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The NFL lives right here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Tell me, where have you been? You know, I just closed my eyes. My whole world disappeared. This song makes me emotional.
Uh-oh. You're going to start crying or what?
I've cried listening to this song, and it's so weird because this song is about like a dad who abandons his kids.
Right.
And like I had a very loving father who never abandoned me.
So the opposite.
But for whatever reason, I'm like, man, this is just such a sad tale. I shouldn't have any emotional connection to it.
But you do.
To me, it's a happy song. I don't know. The lyrics are sad, but it reminds me of my oldest when he was a kid. I mean, we used to dance around the house to this song.
That's funny. Yeah, it's funny. I guess people have different vibes on it.
But the father of mine is all I really remember, and my kid, he and me just kind of hanging around, bouncing our head.
It's a cool riff. Yeah.
It's a cool riff. So what year was this, you figure?
97.
98. Yeah, my kid was about 2-3 years old, bouncing around the house. Yeah, and you're right. The lyrics suck.
You look back at your wasted life and you don't see me.
The lyrics are awful.
Doing all that I could. This is about you, Rob. Just to be a scared white boy in a black neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
Birthday card with a $5 bill.
The ghettos of Valley High.
Yeah.
And Valley High.
The hard scrabble streets.
Jeez, man. That was flea bottom back then.
Valley High.
Yeah, I don't know why. I always had like a weird emotional connection with it. And it's funny that you guys like yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's funny that but it's like when I was, you sing lyrics to like and I'm going to say a band that everybody's going to like a Smith song, and you realize, oh my God, I'm thinking about suicide.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, did I just say I'm going to off myself?
But you're all jamming out at the light.
Like, oh
right?
God, did I say that out loud?
I mean, it's funny the interpretation of music, and then like. So sometimes I get mad when people tell me what a song is about or what their interpretation of a song is. I'm like, dude, why do you think that? It pisses me off. My old co-host Fred Fowler, he always talked about he loved Judas Priest, and he like kind of took on this Judas Priest persona when he was young, and like had like wore like the leather hat and stuff.
Did he realize what he was doing?
No, not until he's like, and after about 5 years of that, I realized it. Like, this dude is gay. All this stuff he's talking about dudes. And he's like, damn it, I've like built my identity around this, and now it's like, that's not what I was going for.
What am I going to do with this leather vest? And the assless chaps. I thought it was in tribute.
That little black leather hat, right?
Yeah, I thought this guy was like a badass motorcycle dude, and turns out like, no.
I should have thought twice with the assless chaps, but I never put two and two together.
Not what he was going for. Not what he was going for.
Gay?
Yeah. How could that be?
Well, there was an entire generation of us that went, yeah.
I think like
nobody cared back then. Like, whatever.
It's probably like in hindsight, yeah. I mean, it's like there's sometimes where it's very open and obvious. Like if you listen to Queen, a band called Queen,
you kind of understand
and
it.
you kind of knew.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know, it's like, boy, you're not really reading the tea leaves. But
if you didn't know, you were probably on that team.
But also Judas Priest. I could see how Judas Priest could fly under the radar, but then once you see it, you see it. You're like, okay,
makes some sense.
And then the movie Police Academy came out, and then it made it more sense. Like, there you go. Okay, I get
there was
it.
a certain segment. It seemed kind of close, but now you were.
There's a whole group of people.
Not shocked at all. More power to you.
Oh, that's funny.
I remember when he came in San Antonio and he rolled out that Harley and stuck the mic into the tailpipe. Boy, that's some tough stuff right there for an 8th grader.
Yeah. There's some like what's the name of that? Oh, Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind.
That's the other one.
Do you have
sing
that
the lyrics
Vic?
and you're like, wait a minute.
So it's a great song, and I loved Third Eye Blind. This came out when I was in high school, and it's like, man, this is so upbeat and fun.
That's not.
But it's about being addicted to crystal meth.
Yeah.
See, I would have.
Do. Yeah. And it's like, how can you not feel good listening to this song? And then he starts talking about taking hits up into his nose. She lives for me, says she lives from the ovation.
So.
Well, motivation. Hold on, let's see. Then I make a smile like a chub for you. Do ever what you want to do, coming over you. Keep on smiling what we go through. Here we go. He's about to get into some drug stuff here. We got to get through the first. So this is how he does it. He tricks you.
Oh, okay.
He tricks you in the first line. In the first. Here we go. When I'm with you, I feel like I could die, and that would be all right.
Okay, yeah.
Well, but then he talks about little red panties. But yeah,
I'm packed, I'm holding, I'm smiling, she's living, she's golden, and she lives for me. She says she lives for me. Ovation.
Oh, yeah.
She's got her own motivation.
Yeah.
A little bit of crank. A little bit of crank.
That's what you tell yourself when you're on that.
Do.
What's the other one? The Every Breath You Take is all about stalking people.
Yeah.
My favorite is when people found out, and this really kicked a bunch of people in the teeth, when they found out that "Born in the USA" is not a patriotic celebration song.
It's
a protest song.
What happened to my country song?
Yeah, like why is our country falling apart?
Where did everything happen?
And people are like, wait, so this isn't like our backup national anthem? No. He's saying that things have fallen apart. Yeah, there's a song called "Sex Type Thing" by Stone Temple Pilots that is allegedly, and I can't ask Scott Weiland because he's dead, but it's allegedly about the point of view from like a sex point of view from a rapist, and it's like, well, that seems, it's not fun.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
You don't have "Sex Type Thing" by Stone Temple Pilots?
Not here. Not on
that's weird.
Yeah.
Do you have a song called "Brick" by Ben Folds 5?
Let me see.
That's a song about abortion. That if you don't really pay attention, you don't pick it up, and you're like, oh, what? That's what he's talking about. And then sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes.
That it?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, this song's about abortion. And then there's a song like who sings that song? "Closing Time" by Semisonic. That is, you think it's about a bar, but it turns out it's about a baby being born. And it's like when you listen to it with that mindset, you go, oh, yeah, this is a cool song.
What's "Sex and Candy" about?
I think that's just about sex and candy. Yeah,
How
it smells.
There's no hidden.
I thought there might be something deep.
I mean, there might be, but I don't think Marcy Playground was. I don't think they were operating on like a higher level that we just couldn't quite understand. I think they just said, let's make a catchy song, and what can it be about? I don't know, smelling sex and candy.
What's Little Red Corvette? So, what do you think this is? There something deeper here? I don't know.
And then there she was.
I don't even know what Disco Lemonade is.
There she was, like double cherry pie.
I wonder what that. I wonder.
Disco Superfly. The Goo Goo Dolls slide.
Yeah.
So why don't you slide?
Yeah.
Think about this. Don't you love the life you killed? The priest is on the phone. Your father hit the wall. Your ma disowned you. It's a teen couple talking about, should we get an abortion or not? And meanwhile, it's like, why don't you slide? Put your arms around me.
I didn't know it was Why Don't You Slide. I think I had my own lyrics to this. All right.
Yeah, we're going to let it slide. And then I think he's like talking about like.
Yeah, we're going to let it like go. Like get the baby.
Yeah.
Baby's going to slide out.
Yeah, I think so.
That's awful.
Yeah.
But it was a hit, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. All right. Enough about that. You guys have gotten me off track. I was supposed to be, I know. You guys got me off my train. I got to talk about Nico Harrison getting fired. We'll do that on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, friends, if you have not tried Blue Star Tequila yet, why? Why aren't you listening to my words? Blue Star Tequila is elite at a not elite price. And I can prove it. Añejo, Blue Star's Añejo won the New York Spirits competition, won double gold there. Also won best in class, which means that there were all the bottles of tequila that were in the competition. They were all on one table. That includes some $900,000 bottles. And Blue Star won the whole shebang. They said Blue Star Tequila is better than all of these other tequilas. And Blue Star was the least expensive bottle on the table. How about that? So what are you looking for? You're looking for a great quality at a great price. And that's where Blue Star Tequila comes in. 100% additive free. You're not talking, there's no sweeteners, there's no flavoring, there's no coloring. It's just the goods, baby. And it's night harvested. And you say, that's ridiculous. Who cares about night harvesting? Honestly, when I first met with these people, that's what I said too. Night harvesting. Well, it allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and apparently just makes for a better booze. And I'm all for a better booze. Find Blue Star at Specs, Costco, Alamo City Liquor, and Total Wine. Get out there and try it. That's Blue Star Tequila.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Guys, you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you you. Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergenics or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that is right for you. Discovered by most major insurance, affordable self-pay options are available. The best you is waiting. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You know, I make decisions every day, but the easiest ones I've been making for the last several weeks are Dak Prescott. The more Dak is riding the wave, and I've been with him on Prize Picks, and being right can get you paid, especially when you're doing it on the weekly. Prize Picks has everything you need to have some fun on all your favorite games. If you like winning, you like to know what you're doing, Prize Picks is your answer because you can do the research and you can go out and win, and it's so simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players, and you can get up to 2,000x on your money if you pick right. Now, they offer stacks is what I love, and you can pick the same player in up to 3 different venues and play them in the same lineup, and you can only find this at Prize Picks. That's why I go there every day. You want to know another reason? Alamo. Remember the code Alamo, and you get $50 in lineups if you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
University of Maryland Global Campus offers more than 55 flexible online certificates that provide short-term credentials and real-world skills you can use immediately. With a range of affordable undergraduate and graduate certificates in high-demand fields like business, AI, cybersecurity, data analytics, and healthcare, you can earn credentials quickly to help advance your career. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Staples presents an easy holiday.
My holiday list was a mile long.
Fa la 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 boo hoo hoo.
Staples made it easy with big savings on tech gifts.
I'm listening.
And I saved big on custom holiday cards, too. Plus, Staples has UPS shipping in store.
Holy flying reindeer. Shop Staples today for 40% off custom cards, invites, wrapping paper, labels, stamps, and photo gifts.
That was easy.
In-store and online expires 11/15. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Jeez, Vic.
See, I know what this song's about. This isn't hidden. Because, you know, like an animal.
A couple people bringing up some of the songs.
I know. Look what Pledge said.
Yeah,
where's Pledge?
Pledge is of the generation where all those songs were double entendre.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You poor guys were dealing with some stuff back then.
Yeah.
We just sang about smoking weed and getting laid. You guys were dealing with some serious stuff. If we wanted suicide songs, we listened to records backwards.
Well, Frank says Papa Roach for middle school. Then he realized, like, Papa Roach's, like, their breakout song was called Last Resort. And
yeah,
I think it was like, it was pretty clear what that song was about.
There was about 4 years, man. You guys were dealing with some stuff.
He talked about don't give a bleep and cut my arm bleeding. Like, that was pretty obvious what he was talking about. But Some of them are a little sneakier. I do got to say. Nico Harrison,
he's
fired. I love that he immediately put unemployed on his his social media profiles. We'll talk about that and what the fallout is and what's next for Dallas. I think we need to discuss the Anthony Davis future that's probably tied to this decision. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
With this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
the perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141-074-EM16004.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sidelines when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, and even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, they're long-lasting, and they are made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo and the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online, and keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we just cleared a couple of our trouble spots. Loop 410 eastbound at Evers, that wreck is cleared. South Cross at New Laredo Highway, that is cleared as well. Now it looks like we do have a vehicle fire that's been tapped out on 410 northbound at Calabria. Still have that disabled vehicle taking up 2 right lanes, so stop and go from Military Drive. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. That number is 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs are 8-2 to start the season, and they return to action tonight, welcoming in Golden State to the Frost Center. Tip is set for 7 o'clock. It'll be televised on the FanDuel Network. In other NBA news, the Dallas Mavericks have fired General Manager Nico Harrison. Assistant General Managers Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi are being promoted to lead the Mavs basketball operations department on an interim basis. The newest college football playoff rankings were released last night, and the top 5 remained unchanged. Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, and Alabama, with Georgia rounding out the 5th. Texas Tech moved up to 6th, and Texas officially found their way into the playoff picture, sitting at 10, with Miami as the current ACC champ. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
7:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Mavericks moving on. Not a great morning for Nico Harrison, but I'm guessing he got a little bit of cash in his pocket on the way out.
Yeah. I don't first of all, I perfectly understand why he was fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the circumstance that he's in. But he got fired because he should have quit. He should have quit the moment his owner came to him and said, trade Luka. You should have walked out the door and you say, this is going to get me fired, man. You're going to fire me eventually because of the move you want me to make. He should have quit the moment the owner said, I want you to trade Luka. He should have quit.
Yeah. But what do you do? There's only so many of these jobs.
I say that.
There's
but
only so many of these jobs.
He knew the moment he called the Lakers.
Yeah.
That this is going to end
the end of him.
Yeah, I don't know how, but this is going to end it.
And I think he thought, and a lot of people thought, that because the ping pong balls fell his way, that Cooper Flagg was going to save him.
No.
But Cooper Flagg's a rookie.
Yeah.
How many rookies take over the league and just, win 50 games? That was never going to happen.
So, and other injuries, Davis can't stay healthy. Those 2 forwards they signed, Isaiah and the other kid, they just can't stay on the court. So, yeah, you were doomed, but the sad thing is most of it's not your fault. You just agreed to do what you were told, and you get paid the price, man.
Yeah. Apparently Anthony Davis told Dumont, or Dumont told a Mavericks fan at the game on Monday that it was a mistake that they traded Luka. And now Anthony Davis has heard that, and it's like, I'm sure Anthony Davis in his heart of hearts knew that Mavericks fans were probably never going to embrace him.
Never, only a title.
It's not really fault of him. Like, I think most people look at Anthony Davis as, man, it's nice to have a guy like Anthony Davis on your team. But
he's also not healthy, so there's a lot of reasons to be really mad at him, though misplaced.
But Cooper Flagg and Anthony Davis are not really compatible on the floor together.
Mm-mm.
Anthony Davis still has trade value to a contending team, and now there are other guys that they could probably move that would be easy. It would be easier to move them, but because it's not going to be easy to trade Anthony Davis and get good value for him now. And by the way, this is just sports fan math. When, and I assume he will be traded, so I'm going to say when, not if. When Anthony Davis is traded, sports fan math is going to say, so this is the haul we got back in return for Luka.
You kind of have to. I mean, the end result is that. I mean, you went from Davis, and it'll end up being a draft pick and a has-been. I mean, there's not a lot you're going to get for Anthony Davis. First of all, he's super expensive, so they're going to take him for the limited time that he could be there. He's going to have to add to a title, or he's going to land on a team that just traded everything they had to get him.
I saw yesterday a trade proposal with Anthony Davis going to Chicago and them sending back Kobe White and Nikola Vucevic.
That's you know what? That's a deal that'd make you look good.
I mean, it's good building pieces.
On
it's
both sides.
Good players to put around a young superstar in Cooper Flagg.
Although Vucevic and Flagg play a lot alike, so there would be a little bit of cross-pollination there. But other than that, no, I would not be opposed to that kind of deal. It's just that's the kind of deal that Nico could have made too. I don't know how married he would have been to Anthony Davis because of the the pride of ownership. I made the deal even though I didn't want to. I feel bad for him, but again, dude, you should have never made the deal, and you knew when it was going to go. So I think probably inside the league he's held in a little bit higher esteem than by fans because, dude. I can't imagine being put in that situation.
I mean, and the good thing is Anthony Davis is still a top 5 defensive player in the league when he's on the floor. When he's healthy, he's still a top 10 to 15 player in the league, period.
What would you do? Looking at this roster, they got Derek Lively signed, right? They got him and
they got Washington
and
signed.
Gafford so Washington signed and Gafford signed.
Yeah.
Okay. Which are pieces I'd keep. And I think they'd be good with Flagg.
Washington just got 4 years, $88 million. You can't trade him until the summertime.
And I wouldn't. I think he fits with Flagg. I think that guy's a piece. We know what he can do. Gafford is a good high pick and roll rim runner that doesn't demand the ball, so he plays well with Gafford. I mean with Cooper Flagg. You are just bereft of guard play, and you've got Kyrie coming, but that's another movable asset.
Well, and also Kyrie is not on the same timeline as Cooper Flagg.
Right.
Quite frankly,
so that's an asset. You move that.
In hindsight, when the Spurs traded for De'Aaron Fox, the Mavericks probably should have been the ones trying to trade for De'Aaron Fox.
If they'd have known, yeah.
And I've also heard people talk about De'Aaron Fox potentially being a guy that the Mavericks would be interested in an Anthony Davis trade.
That goes to our earlier conversation for the Spurs, as don't get too accustomed, even though there's only one guy that is not leaving San Antonio. There's only one, and everybody else is on the board. And the Mavericks are the first of the many opportunities that are going to be afforded the Spurs because not only do they have a current talent, well, they still got a bankroll of number ones to play with too. And the Mavericks need those ones more than they need talent.
And if a Fox deal for Anthony Davis were to happen, I mean, now you're talking the Spurs with that, they've got the best defensive front court in the NBA if that happens. If you put those two dudes and maybe if you put those two dudes in Harrison Barnes or those two dudes and Steph Castle, like that's the best front court defensively in the NBA, period.
And that goes to the conversation that the Spurs are going to have behind the scenes. How soon do we want it, and how long do we want it to last? I mean, and knowing that we can have a guy come and go, that we've got number ones going for about 4 years from now. So we still got a stash of these picks that are always going to be in the bank that we can fall back on. The decisions that the Spurs face, there are RPPs, obviously. They're all going to be the opportunities. But, at what point do you decide? I don't think we're ready now. But the Mavericks, I think, over the next 10 to 14 days are going to put up a for sale sign. And nothing's going to happen immediately.
You're right.
But they're going to let everybody know that these guys are available, start making some calls. And then the ripple effect from that will occur, and there's going to be three or four more teams that show up. And what do you do if you're the Spurs and you're sitting at 25-5 and go, my gosh, we're really good and we haven't had any problems? Do we get better and arm ourselves for this year?
And the Mavericks find themselves in a weird spot. And I say a weird spot. It's a bad spot because they built it this way. And Nico being fired is step one in fixing it, but you now have, because you moved on from Luka And really, Luka, the roster built around him was with the idea that we can win a championship right now. Luka's one of the 5 best players in the world. Cooper Flagg is not one of the 5 best players in the world. Cooper Flagg, I mean, it's quite frankly, it's not dissimilar to what Wemby was, his rookie year. Like, you can see some stuff there,
right?
But it's a long way from coming to fruition. And why would you build a win-now roster around a guy who's not ready to win? So Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, these guys just do not fit the timeline that the Mavericks need to live on.
And that changed the moment Nico got fired.
Well, I would assume. Yeah. So the assumption is all of these guys are going to be moved on sooner than later. Klay Thompson is a guy who – Klay Thompson is no longer a superstar player, but you put Klay Thompson on a contending team, what a great piece to have as like a depth piece.
What's a Klay Thompson worth to you?
I don't know, but would you not love to have him on this team?
Absolutely. You talk about a thing that fits what else you. It feels too.
If you could give him Champagne's minutes,
just be there to shoot when we need you. But more than that, more than anything else, the one thing the Spurs don't have that I do believe you need is somebody that's been there and done that on this roster.
Well, they have Harrison Barnes. He's kind of that guy.
You know what? I'll give him some credit, but it's been a minute. He won it a long time ago. I want somebody that has been through and can talk to the guys like, pace yourself. This is what we do. This is how we do it. That kind of pervades the locker room. And if you can add that kind of talent, and Klay has it, it's been a minute for him too, I guess. That would be as much reason as his shooting, quite frankly, just to have a guy in the locker room that knows what the ebb and tide of an NBA season is like for champions, not just for playing.
But my assumption is that every Mavericks fan is happy that the process has started.
It's one of those things when you have the moment of clarity and realizing the world of crap you're actually in. But at least at least today, Maverick fan knows, here we are. This is it. We hit rock bottom. We knew it was coming. Our most hated man in Dallas is gone. And now we can exhale and try to start over. And at least you've got that going for you. But this Maverick team, you think it was bad before. This next year is going to be ugly.
Yeah. Brian, AJ, stop with the Anthony Davis. That dude is ass. He's not been healthy. He's not been healthy, but to say that Anthony Davis is ass is just nonsensical. Like
he is an expiring banana. He's still a good banana, but you don't get him a lot, and you're going to have to use him fast. But yeah, he will help win, and he's still got time. There's still 2-3 years left in those legs. But there'll be spot minutes, and there's going to be some time without him. But if you can afford that, you know what the benefit of that is. He's a 20-20 guy.
Yeah.
And add in 4 or 5 block shots and all the other stuff we love about Wemby, that's kind of what he does.
Yeah. And Clifton says these guys are on crack this morning. No way the Spurs are trading Fox for Davis.
No, we're not saying that. But what I'm saying is the decision is coming, gentlemen, that you're either going to play the hand that you're dealt and not take any cards, or you're going to take a card or two and give up an ace or a king. I mean, just to fill out the full house if you think you can chase it. And I think that the Spurs are going to face that decision a lot sooner than they thought they were going to.
And the truth is, like, whatever you think about Anthony Davis gives you a window to win right now. Because if you do get healthy Anthony Davis for a playoff run, oh my God. So like I know that there's people out there who like this sounds crazy. Crazy trades happen in the NBA all the time. But also, 2 years ago, the idea that you could get Anthony Davis for De'Aaron Fox, the Kings would have been laughed out of the room.
Or Luka going and Giannis is going to change teams, guys. Giannis is going to be on a different team in the next 2 years. There's just no way he's going to stay there. The league knows it, and lots of teams are arming themselves in preparation for this, and the Spurs are in that contention for that too. We've had this conversation many times. The point is, the early success of the Spurs has sped up the clock for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think as fans, we need to be prepared, one, to part with somebody we know is going to be great, either currently or very soon, or two, pass up on deals that you go, I can't believe we're saying no to this, or I can't believe that Giannis landed there. Why didn't we try?
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen, and we are going to be mentioned in every deal.
Yeah. It is going to happen. You're going to get mentioned a lot more than you have in the past. And Someone said Anthony Davis plays in 15% of the. That's ridiculous. He played in over 50 games last year. The year before, he played in 76 games. Like the idea that this like he's Joel Embiid and just never plays is just a farce.
Well,
like,
it's the narrative.
I know.
Yeah.
And people grab onto that and they forget about the idea of actually looking up to see how often the guy plays.
And as bad as the deal was, it was still justifiable in NBA general managers' eyes. That there was an argument, maybe implausible, that Anthony Davis plus others was worth the deal because he is that good when he's playing. I mean, it did pass the blush test. He ain't done. He ain't over, but he's on the other side.
He's 25-12 a year ago.
Yeah, so I don't get the narrative. He's not my favorite player, but I certainly respect what he's capable of and the value that he brings.
And I listen, it'd be a real discussion, but it would be a real. I wouldn't blame the Spurs if they ended up passing on that, but I wouldn't blame the Spurs for entertaining it either.
Exactly, and that's as Spur fan, you're going to have to get some thick skin because they're going to talk about dudes that you like. Like I can't imagine life without him. Well, you might want to get used to it. Again, there's only one dude that's not leaving for sure.
That's it. Only one. And I mean, as much as we see the promise in Steph Castle, as much as we see the promise in Dylan Harper, once these guys feel like they're getting close, that's the more likely they are to make a move. Like you think, oh, well, let's just stand pat. No. When they feel like they're close, they're saying, okay, let's try and go, let's go for it. That's just the way it goes.
And we've done it before.
Yeah. All right, let's get off Spurs for a little bit. We'll get back on them a little bit later on. I do want to talk some college football playoff. The new college football playoff rankings came out yesterday. We'll get into those coming up next. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Hey, I'm talking to everybody headed out this weekend. It's Wednesday. If you've got weekend plans, you're heading out to maybe Athens, Georgia to go watch a football game. Maybe you headed up to College Station to watch a game over the weekend, or maybe it's up to Lubbock or wherever you might be headed. What are you doing with your dogs? I tell you where I'm taking mine. It's Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit, and now's the time to go ahead and get your MVP signed up for the weekend. Don't forget, next Wednesday, November the 19th, we're going to be out there all day long. You know, Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit is the official pet resort of the Morning Huddle, so we want to celebrate that. So come out and see us. We got food, local vendors, music, giveaway, fun for the whole family, including your four-legged MVPs. And if you haven't checked out Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit, what a perfect time to do it. They got all the local pros, boarding, grooming, training, doggy daycare, all so you can come and take a look at it and get yourself ready. Now, the holidays are here. It's never too early to reserve those rooms, and they are highly sought after. We're talking about those luxury kennels with the cameras and the tuck-in treats and everything that you want your babies to have. If you're heading out for the holidays, reserve now. Come see us next Wednesday, November the 19th. That's Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit. We can't wait to see you. Take your babies there, and I know you're going to thank me later.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Guys, you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you you. Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergenics or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that is right for you. Discovered by most major insurance, affordable self-pay options are available. The best you is waiting. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com. How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together, because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
You know, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Brian Schottenheimer, good morning, Coach.
Hey, what's up, guys? I got to say, it was a weird transition for me to come on to the show and hear a bunch of moaning, and then I heard moaning and manning and all these things. It was really kind of weird. Edwin didn't prepare me for that.
Moaning? Coach, tell him. Can you tell the audience you've got no interest in drafting Arch Manning in the upcoming draft?
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Dum, dum, dum. All right. The numbers are out. The new list, the college football rankings, playoff rankings, are out. And as predicted, not much change at the top. The top 5 remain the same. Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, A&M 3, Alabama 4, Georgia 5. They all remained right where they were. Texas Tech jumped. They got all the way up to number 6. Ole Miss at 7. They dropped a spot because you play an FCS team. You should drop a spot. Oregon 8, Notre Dame 9, Texas 10. Oklahoma, BYU, Utah, Vanderbilt, Miami, Georgia Tech. 17's USC, Michigan, Virginia, please. Louisville, Iowa, Pitt, Tennessee, South Florida, Cincinnati. There's your top 25. Now, there are some teams here that are probably really happy with their placement, and some that are probably not thrilled with their placement.
Right now you're projecting, and you're projecting about the projections. I mean, you don't even know who you're really going to play. You see the possibilities, and I think A&M's looking at Texas and Tech both in that same bracket, and I think we're projecting some things that, quite frankly, aren't going to be there. This is a chessboard. There's going to be some moves made, and I do think it matters where you start in these situations. I do think that will play a role. Like, I think if A&M wanted to avoid a double dose of Tech or Texas, which I can't imagine we would, but if you did, you'd like to be in a different spot just because it might separate you from one or both. But I can't imagine the TV types are going to let you get away from that kind of matchup because that's some beautiful TV, man. So I think you let the cards fall. I do think that they gave Indiana a little bit too much credit. We talked about it yesterday over a win over a Penn State team that had lost 4 straight games or 5 straight games. But other than that, I don't think anybody can argue. I mean, we're splitting hairs.
Miami is the highest-rated ACC team on the list. And
they didn't do Miami any favors.
Well, the thing is, I don't know that Miami has a path to win the ACC.
Why would you do this? Well, I know that you have to – this is the place and time. This is the comma on the time continuum, and we take a snapshot, and this is where we are, and I can see why you say Miami. But when you know the outcome, when you know they only have a 6% shot of even playing in the ACC title game, that they're not going to make it, why do this? I don't understand other than, well, this is, it's November the 14th, and that's what we do on November the 14th is we tell you where the world is on November the 14th.
I think what they do sometimes is they throw a bone, and they like, okay, so this we don't want to hear we'll say this was a team that we liked, but then other teams did more and passed them up.
Well, it's going to happen. Miami, there's no chance. We know that there's going to be either one, they win their way to a weird situation where they don't deserve it, or two, they're out immediately, but there's no place for the committee to do with ACC but allow one team.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they decided to paint themselves into a corner with this.
Yeah. The odds for Miami, like I said, they are number 15 in the poll, which makes them the highest rated or highest ranked ACC team. But the odds of them winning the ACC, they have the 7th longest odds to win the ACC, which is a one-bid league, period. There's no second team coming out of the ACC.
So I don't know why you set the table with that expectation. Just know that we know what this conference has looked like. I don't foresee any massive upsets because the games don't even exist. And they're going to, and on top of that, you're going to cannibalize yourself. You're going to eat your young. You're going to beat each other up. It's going to get worse.
And, Miami does have a couple good wins on their schedule. They beat Notre Dame. They beat South Florida. That win looks better and better. But they lost to Louisville. They lost to SMU.
That SMU thing.
But who are, by the way, in sort of their same range in conference. Why should they be ahead of Louisville when Louisville and Miami are both 7-2? If they finish the year the same, in what world could you put Miami in over Louisville?
I can't.
When they played head-to-head.
And they smoked them.
In Miami, and Louisville beat them.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
So the committee knows that. So I don't understand why you do that other than what you're saying. Hey, we gave you the shot. We know you're going to fall. Here's your bone.
Yeah. And also, I think there's also a bit of, it looks better on paper when there are more big-name programs at the top of these lists. Like,
at least now it does.
Yeah. So, when you're trying to build interest for something, who wants to see a list that's got, BYU and Georgia Tech predicted to go in? That's
true.
Gross.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. And, again, it's that this is such a chessboard that's going to look so different. There's going to be 3 or 4 teams that are going to be in different spots, and there are going to be 2 teams that aren't even on the list by the time we get there. So I do foresee a little bit of a change. I think the only team that really has any worry is going to be the team that's sitting at 4th or 5th and the team that's sitting at a 10 or 11. The 12 team's going to be happy. They're just be excited to be there, whoever that might be. The 10 or 11 team's going to be mad they're not higher. And some of this will be predicated on where they are today. So I do get you want to be as high as possible and be in the right place now, given the possibility of a loss or a shuffle of the deck. But at the end, I don't know what this is going to look like in a month.
Yeah.
Texas beats Georgia. They're going to go from 10 to very high. I mean, the committee hated BYU.
Yeah.
Just look how far they fell. I mean, that wasn't just, you got beat. They looked at BYU like you're a fraud.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was 1 week.
Yep. BYU is sitting there now at where were they on the list? 13-ish. But BYU's not getting in either.
No, they're not going to get in.
Unless I guess BYU still has a path to win the conference. But
the conference, I mean,
but Miami doesn't have a path to win the conference, and they're still being placed above these other teams. So I don't know what the idea of the college football top 25 is, the playoff rankings. If it's not, these are the teams with the best chance to win the playoffs, and these are how they should be ranked, or to be in the playoffs, and this is how they should be ranked. But when you've got Miami at 15 and they've got less of a chance to even make the playoff than the team at, Pitt has a better chance to make the playoff at this point than Miami. So
it's not if the playoffs were to start today ranking. It is a comma in a time saying this is where we are today, but we know the playoffs don't start today. So here's Miami. Take a look at them because they're not going to be here in a month.
Yeah, I think that's what it boils down to. So there is some confusion there, but for the most part, not a lot of surprise.
Now, looking at the way they're set up today, if it was, and the way that the committee obviously is leaning, they want a Texas bracket.
Oh, yeah.
They want a Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Texas possibility for a couple of weeks. So you can expect the manipulation to occur. That I imagine that they're going to try to put together a bracket where Ohio State has to go through a Big Ten team somewhere, somehow. I don't know how, or some kind of power team that just, however the previous rivalries kind of shake out. But this is too easy. So if you're a Tech or an Aggie or a Longhorn fan are going to bitch about it, it's coming. If all three teams play, there is no way it'll happen in the championship. They're going to play through each other, and a team from Texas will have a chance. But they're not going to allow opposing sides to meet in the middle.
No. Games most likely to have the biggest impact on the rankings this week. Texas, Georgia is obvious.
Yeah,
that's I don't want to say
it means more for Texas than Georgia.
Oh yeah,
but
I'm not going to say for certain, but for all intents and purposes, this is a playoff game for Texas. Like if they lose this, I won't say they can get in or they can't get in, but it's a long shot.
They would have to beat A&M resoundingly.
And even then, it's like, well, still 3 losses. Yeah. Georgia can afford to lose a game.
But if they do, if either one of these teams, if Georgia loses, there's a team going to get knocked out. Gone.
Yeah, no, I agree. Notre Dame, Pitt is meaningful. Pitt, a team that does have a chance to win the ACC.
A lot of Pitt fans out there this week.
Notre Dame still obviously ranked very highly.
If you're a group of 5, if you're a third-place team in the Big 12, a second-place team, you are a Pitt fan.
Yes.
Huge Pitt fan.
Really, if you're an SEC fan, you're looking for a 4th team. If you're a Big Ten fan, you're like, no doubt. Those teams are all cheering for Notre Dame to go down. So that's a big one for the standings. And then Oklahoma, Alabama, which is certainly a playoff game for Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma cannot afford another loss. Sitting at 7-2.
We get those back-to-back on Saturday. That's 2 games in a row. Ooh, boy.
And their 2 losses are to teams that presumably they would be, jockeying for position with. Ole Miss and Texas, 2 teams that they wouldn't be able to jump in the line. Alabama would be a 3rd team that you can't jump in the line. And their last 2 games against Missouri and LSU are non-impactful to the playoff standing. So
as we go through this and we're starting to get into the meat of the possibilities of the playoff, Remember when we talked about going to 12 and people were like, man, yeah, why? This is why. This is completely awesome. There are so many teams with an opportunity. Who'd have thought that I would think on this Saturday, man, I got to be a Pitt fan? I mean, who'd have thought that the Pitt-Notre Dame game legitimately plays a role in my possibilities of playing for a title?
But at the same time, Georgia Tech and probably South Florida are going to have a chance to play for the national title when it's like, why do we need to watch?
Saying they got a chance, but
why do we need to watch Georgia against South Florida? Before we get into the real playoffs.
I get what you're saying, but the very fact that as an Aggie, I sit and I'm
it's because you're in the catbird seat right now.
I am, but even if I wasn't, let's say I'm Alabama, or let's say I'm any of these teams, and I'm looking at possible play by week where I might travel and all the things that go into it, I legitimately am better off if Notre Dame loses. I mean, I am. I want them gone. So that would have not even come into my thought processes up until this year, where, I have my own favorites, and I'm always cheering for a team to lose because I don't like them. But this one, even though it shouldn't, has this ripple effect down the rankings where it ends up where you might be playing, whether you're getting a bye week or not. I mean, all those little things now are affected by a game that, quite frankly, was in the ether up until a couple of years ago.
Well, in the old days, we'd be down to about 8 or 9 teams that have any remote chance at winning a national title right now.
Yeah.
And so there is furthered interest for people who are probably, believing in false hope, but
there's a lot of it going around right now.
Yeah, they've all got some, and that's the goal, is to keep people interested and invested more as long as they can. You've got Georgia Tech fan now going, oh, maybe.
we got a chance, man.
SMU fans like, well, yeah, maybe us. Like South Florida fan. Like those teams, they're more invested than they would normally be. And also, quite frankly, teams with 2 losses right now, the Vanderbilts and the Oklahomas of the world, who in a year with, if there were 6 or 8 teams, they'd already be out.
Yeah, they're hoping for a New Year's Day bowl. That's the best thing they could attain.
So there is that. There is there are more impactful games late in the season. So I do, but that's the other thing is part of why I didn't love the plan to go to 12 was I love the idea in college football that every week almost feels like a playoff game.
Right, and now we're finally there. And that does matter. I will say that while I'm excited about the conversation we're having now, this is like a midterm grade. I'll see how this shakes out. We might end up with 4 teams that are like, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
This is going to be whatever. But right now, the idea of the excitement building early, the ramifications of more and more teams being involved, to me just makes it so much more difficult to be a myopic college sports fan and only care about your team and only look about what's going on Saturday for your school. You really have to look above and beyond and around because they've made this a much bigger deal than just win your home game and win your conference. It's not enough. It's part of it. It's part of the process. But you got to care about games that are going on where you would have never even looked to before.
Yeah, I mean, there in the past that Notre Dame Texas A&M game in week 2 or whatever it was, that would have been like basically the loser's out.
Yeah,
is how it would have been, and I kind of miss that.
I get the argument, and again, this is the midterm grade. I love it where we sit, but if it turns out that the last couple of weeks are just kind of like we're just going through the motions because we know who the 12 are, and guys are resting, and the conference title game really means absolutely nothing, then the grade comes back a little bit lower. But as I sit now, I'm excited. This looks like it's going to be the way we hoped.
All right, let's take a break. When I come back, I'm going to give away some Los Lonely Boys tickets. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Did you get up this morning and take a long, warm shower under a Connecticut water-treated water? I hope you did. If you did, carry on. You're taking care of your pipes. You're taking care of your skin, your hair, your dogs, your clothes, all those things, because treated water here in San Antonio is just about a necessity. We love the water comes out of our aquifer or the wells. The aquifer puts out some water, makes some best sweet tea in the world. And let's talk about the beer as well. But the stuff in it, well, you don't want it in your pipes. You certainly don't want it in your refrigerator. And Connecticut has been taking care of people and making sure that doesn't happen for years. I'm on house number 3 with a Connecticut, and I don't ever plan on changing. And when I talk about Connecticut, normally people go, oh, well, that's the expensive one. No, it's not expensive at all. It's not. And I'll tell you this, I have never had to use the warranty, not once, so they hadn't broken on me. In fact, you know why? Because it only works when I work. It doesn't plug in. It works off kinetic energy. When I turn on the water, that's when it goes to work. That saves you salt, saves you power, and it saves you the peace of mind of even thinking about your water softener. So if you'll remember this number, 656-PURE, that's all you're really going to need to know. You'll call them today. They're going to come out and put one in your home for 90 days just so you can see what I'm talking about if you're already prepared or plumb for such things. And then after that 90 days, if you decide to buy, they got great financing with approved credit, 0%. Also, a reverse osmosis drinking station that they will install on your sink free of charge. You'll never need to buy another water bottle. That clean, fresh water ready for your tea and your coffee, and fill those jugs on your way out the door. I don't know what you've been waiting on, but now's the time. I want you to call Kinetico right now, 656-PURE. I know you need more details. I would. Go to KineticoSA.com for all of those. Hey, it's time to get the very best. Call Kinetico today, and I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a couple of trouble spots. An accident 35 northbound at I-10 downtown. They just moved that off to the right shoulder. We've got a vehicle fire. The fire has been tapped out. So 410 northbound Calabria, 2 right lanes are closed. Of course, ongoing road work, 1604 westbound I-10 on over to Lock Hill, Selma. That's closed. 37 northbound, the off-ramp to southbound 35. The off-ramp is closed with road work. And a full-on closure on 35 lower level, southbound between 35 lower upper level split over to Brooklyn Avenue. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Hey, get ready to kick off the holidays tailgate style alongside your four-legged MVP. Join us at Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma on Wednesday, November the 19th from 9 to 6 p.m. for the annual holiday kickoff tailgate. They'll have great food, local vendors, music, giveaways, and fun for the entire family, including the furry ones. It's your chance to celebrate the season with the best fans in Texas, pet lovers and sports lovers alike. It's all going down at Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma on Wednesday, November the 19th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11, the Aggies take on the South Carolina Gamecocks. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right. You want to go see the Los Lonely Boys?
I do.
I know you do.
I will. I am.
February 13th at the Aztec Theater. You're going to be there, huh?
I will be there.
Are you going to wear your chicken shirt?
I am.
It's
a big night out.
Hell yeah.
I've got the chicken shirt on.
Yeah.
It's about to go down.
Yes.
It's business time.
Let's go with caller number 4. You'll get a pair of tickets to go see the Los Lonely Boys February 13th at the Aztec Theater. And if you don't win those tickets, you can always buy them at livenation.com. All right. There is, let's see. Estrada says in current playoff scenarios, A&M has the best playoff chances to win out. Is that true? That seems unlikely.
Well, I mean, they have them matched against Tech in the second round, and I don't know.
Well, I thought they meant of the teams with their remaining schedules.
South Carolina, Samford, and Texas.
And an SEC championship game?
I don't see us being better off.
That ain't easzy.
I mean, it's still SEC, and we still got to go to Austin and still probably pay, what do you figure, Alabama?
Yeah. I'd have to look and see what I think the spread would be, A&M versus Texas in Texas. But it's going to be close.
Yes, it's going to be close.
That's probably going to be Texas A&M -3.
I wouldn't give it any more than that, ever.
And then if it's Texas A&M Alabama on a neutral, we're talking about
Alabama and 2.5.
It's probably a point.
Yeah,
one way or the other.
So no, I don't look at this as now. I mean, you throw Samford in there and suddenly the values decrease, but that's like asking for a median instead of average. Yeah, you know. That helps, but shoot, I don't like the schedule.
No, I think because people on the Brigade Bar are talking about A&M, and I guess the guys over on the Blitz have been picking at battered Aggie syndrome scabs, saying that it's coming, and trying to get you guys riled up.
Every right, but I mean, no one wants to travel to the University of Texas in late November against what will probably be by the time they play a number 8 ranked team. I mean, that's not a good place to be. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, I think that, but the good thing for A&M is if they lose a game, they're still in good shape.
There's no doubt that if they ended the season with 1 loss, they're fine, even with 2 losses.
Yeah, if they lose the last 2 games of the season, I think A&M still makes the playoff.
Oh, I guarantee you they do.
Yeah,
there will not be a penalty for losing a conference championship game.
Not enough of a penalty to knock you out.
Right. That's why, while I don't care that A&M sits at 3, you want to be as high as possible early on to give yourself a padding because if you're that good, you do have a conference championship game coming at you. So there's a strong potential of a loss, even though it could be a good loss. You don't want to fall so far that there's a question between a team that played really well and you sitting at 12. Well, they won more recently.
Yeah,
you don't want to be there. So
the only way A&M doesn't make the playoff at this point is if they lose one of these next two games, which they have no business losing.
Right. If they lose to South Carolina, and Samford, you don't belong.
Yeah.
So,
well, then it doesn't mean that you automatically don't, but it opens the door for a world where you won't make it.
They won't.
But I don't think they lose either one of these games coming up.
I can't imagine. This team plays a style that doesn't lose these kind of games. But the Texas game, you lose. It hurts for a while, but you carry on and play another game. It's not going to throw you out. That's another. Well, it could be viewed as a negative. I mean, there is no death sentence coming up. I mean, truly, the A&M does not have playoff games, while Texas does.
Yeah.
I mean, so it does make it a little bit easier to close the season out. But I don't care how much Elko talks about it. Until A&M does it, the BAS will survive, man. It's still going to be looming over me like a cloud, like bad luck schleprock.
Oh, so he meant if the playoffs started today, A&M would have the best chances to win out. I don't really know how that math would work necessarily, just because
playing Texas or playing Tech in that second game, or whoever the Tech plays.
They'd play the winner of Tech and the ACC champion,
which would mean playing Tech in New Orleans. I'm not looking forward to that, but I guess it's possible.
And then you'd play the Indiana versus the winner between Ole Miss and Oregon, I guess. Which, if you're playing Indiana or Ole Miss in round 2, that ain't easy either.
No.
So there's no easy path. Like once you're in, none of these top 4 teams will have an easy path, because the 2 top teams in the Big Ten and the 2 top teams in the SEC are going to be elite teams. Like, so you're going to have to play one. You're going to have to play 2 of them at least. So. Yeah, that's the breaks. And if Texas Tech is your 3rd game, all right.
And I think Tech now is the great undefined team, because
they're
Tech better than we thought.
On one side of the ball.
Yeah, they're better than we thought. We just don't know how much better.
Yeah. Oh, the idea of Texas A&M's offensive line against Texas Tech's defensive line
that's a beautiful thing to watch, man. That's a beautiful
thing.
Give me that
What's all
that,
day.
Jacob the mustache?
Give me that all day. I am excited that Texas is in essentially a playoff game this weekend. I'm more interested in the Texas-Georgia game which is hard to say, because obviously Texas-Georgia anytime is exciting. 2 teams who played in overtime in the semifinals last year.
Saturday night.
Now we get a rematch here with Texas's season on the line, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That is fun.
And
man.
that comes directly after the Oklahoma-Alabama game. Literally, one's over, the other one starts.
Oh, this is going to be a good weekend of college football. Good weekend of college. A&M play the early game?
No, I think we're mid-time. I think we're at 3 o'clock.
Aggie is at 11.
It is the early kick.
Early kick for
Get
Aggie.
there early, Aggies.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I'll be driving home during that 11 o'clock kick start, because I'm going to eat at Snow's Barbecue on Saturday morning.
That's a trek, man.
I'm starting in Houston and coming back, but I'm going back the long way so I can stop off at Snow's. See the
What's her name?
The queen of Texas barbecue, Tootsie.
Tootsie.
That's right.
I was gonna say but Goldie's up northwest.
Yeah.
Tootsie's down south.
Tootsie's. That's right. So I'm gonna go see Tootsie and give me some pork steak on a fine Saturday morning. Hopefully, I'd like to be back in my recliner by 11 a.m., but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, this is one of the best weekends of college football that we've got. So. Even with just those couple games, because they are now playoff games, and that does make it a little more exciting.
I'm coming at this.
Unless Oklahoma and Texas win, and then they were just another game.
Well, then we got playoff next week.
Yeah, you got more of them coming next week.
More playoffs coming. So I'm in a strange position as an Aggie. I'm on pins and needles. I don't know how to act, to comport myself.
Because you don't know if you should cheer for Texas or Georgia?
Yeah, I don't know where my allegiances lie, because a pox on both your houses. I don't care, but I do. So I'm in a very unique position watching, angling. Who's it better? Should I care more about seeding in the playoffs? Should I care more about who we play as in a conference title? Because I kind of would like to be the conference champion. I'd kind of like to win the SEC, even and that should be the first and primary goal as I sit today.
Here's what I think: if I were in the shoes of Aggie fan, I would want Texas to win this weekend because I want. If you assume that you're going to win against Texas, you want that win to look as good as possible on paper.
Do I need it to be I good?
No,
I know what you're
but
saying.
I mean, like, if you're trying to build your resume and you want to jump up in the rankings, like you were saying, like why aren't we number one? Whatever.
I want to beat the best team at the best time.
So if you look at Texas and they're 9-2 when you beat them, that's a lot better than giving Texas their fourth loss of the year.
Or, do I rest the dudes knowing full well I got a playoff game, and Ohio State and Indiana are going to take care of business on their own, so they might knock each other out and me do nothing. So
one thing you can know for sure, A&M fan is not going to rest against Texas.
No.
A&M is not going to, like, A&M fan would revolt if they lost, like if they punted that game. It's impossible.
Yeah, then you play in, you got Texas, you got conference championship, and then you got playoff. I mean, which do you value more? Because all of them matter so much.
Yeah.
Which one do you want most? Because there's a lot of us that would rather beat Texas than win an SEC championship.
That seems crazy.
I know it, but I'm telling you, your life is easier every day. It's one of those things. Like, my daily life would improve so much if I had this over those guys every day for the next 364. My life would be so good. Even if I didn't win a title, I beat you. But that's the wrong way to look at it.
I think it is the wrong way to look at it. You can wear your SEC championship shirt around, and that'll shut Texas fan up.
I'd like to think.
Oh, man. All right. Let's get into some NFL on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Stay warm and save money this winter with a heater tune-up from Right Home Services. Their expert techs make sure your system runs efficiently and safely. Call 210-444-0000 or visit righthehomeservices.com. Get it done right.
The right stuff. At Frost, we go above and beyond with our services, like getting to know our customers by name, offering 24/7 real human phone support, and always keeping a supply of treats for our four-legged friends. The little things. Like when a customer was out of town before a hurricane and their Frost banker drove all the way to Corpus Christi to tie their boat down. We couldn't make that up if we tried. Frost. Exactly what you unexpected.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
Energy slipping away, losing your edge? Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center offer a quick free T test. Get pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded, personalized for you. Most insurance covers it. The best you is waiting at trtmvp.com.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you get into your commute, 410 southbound Ray Ellison. That wreck is still there, but now off to the right shoulder. So your main lanes are getting by. 35 northbound I-10 downtown. That accident also off to the shoulder. New trouble spot. 35 southbound approaching 1604 northeast side of town. Now this wreck taking up 2 left lanes. That backup starts at Wiederstein. A 1-hour delay. Again, that's 35 southbound approaching 1604. 2 left lanes blocked. Avoid it if at all possible. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs are 8-2 to start the season, and they return to action tonight, welcoming in Golden State to the Frost Center. Tip is set for 7 o'clock. It'll be televised on the FanDuel Network. In other NBA news, the Dallas Mavericks have fired General Manager Nico Harrison. Assistant General Managers Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi are being promoted to lead the Mavs basketball operations department on an interim basis. The newest college football playoff rankings were released last night, and the top 5 remained unchanged. Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, and Alabama, with Georgia rounding out the 5th. Texas Tech moved up to 6th, and Texas officially found their way into the playoff picture, sitting at 10 with Miami as the current ACC champ. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
8:01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Good morning to y'all. AJ and Rob, Axeman and Bobcat on a hump day. Halfway there on a hump day. Living on a prayer. That should always be our comeback song at 8 o'clock on Wednesdays.
Living on a prayer?
Living on a prayer?
Yeah, because we're halfway there. You know? That makes me... That's like a... it's something we can look forward to every Wednesday.
In the business, they call that appointment radio.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And that means the week is
They'll
now
tell you-
rolling...
Tell you where you are in your life.
Downhill. Rolling downhill. Oh, gosh.
Ever
Every
worked-
day there's a new one.
Have you ever worked at a place that had music on a loop?
Yeah.
So you could tell by the song
Yeah.
how much time you had left in the day.
Yeah. I probably the worst job I've ever had. When I was in college, I worked at a few different places when I was in college. I worked at a bar on Broadway, which was a good job. I in Nashville, I worked at basically a tourist bar, bartending, and it was a good job. I worked at a hat and jersey store in the mall.
Mm-hmm. Like Lids, something like that?
Yeah. And then I worked at a jeans store, like the Levi's outlet in this gigantic mall. It was called Opry Mills. So it's like one of the, like Katie Mills and
Right.
all those Mills malls. So there's one called Opry Mills in Nashville. It's a huge outlet mall. And I worked in the jeans store there. And they was like 20 songs that got played over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And my job was literally like folding jeans and stacking jeans. It was the worst place. I hated everyone I worked with.
I had a job. I sold T-shirts on the Riverwalk, and what made it even worse was we had on Music Loop, but it was only 50s music.
Oh no!
Yeah, so you'd hear the Big Bopper and go, "Well, I got 20 minutes."
More
Richie Valens. I got 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
Pretenders or whatever they were, the torch singers. I'm gone. I'm out.
I also hated my job previous to this one, but at least there I made a butt ton of money. At the jeans store, I didn't make that much money, so it was even worse.
No.
All right. Let's get into some NFL football. This may be the first time in a long time that the Giants have done something smart.
It's a broken clock, man.
It's probably.
They were due to be right, but
because Jackson Dart is unavailable to play this week, the thought is, well, go to the backup. Who's the backup?
My favorite.
It's Russell Wilson.
Oh, wait.
Except now it looks like it's not. The Giants, at least according to sources, are going to start Jameis Winston against the Packers on Sunday.
Do you have a problem with that?
Not at all.
Not at all.
What I know now, from what I've seen of Russ this year, is Russ is no longer a viable NFL quarterback.
Yeah, he's done.
He's not even a guy I would want to be my backup quarterback. If Russ tries to play for another team next year, he's doing himself and his legacy a disservice.
I was going to ask you, do you think he knows that?
I think he does.
I
mean, if he didn't before today when they announced that Jameis Winston is going to start, then he probably should realize it now.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston, to me, still has real value as a backup quarterback. And this is the other thing, the other separator between Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson. If you ask 100 of Russell Wilson's former teammates, did you love playing with Russ?
Well, the guys that have a ring go, well, I liked it.
I don't know what the number would be, but I'll say it's less than half.
I'll call his people.
If you ask 100 of Jameis's former teammates what they think of him, his teammates love, like, everybody wants Jameis to succeed because Jameis is like the best locker room dude.
He's become a clown prince.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. He
before he was just weird.
He accepts his role. Like he knows, like, yeah, man, I didn't turn out to be what people thought I could be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still pretty good. And I think there is something to that, like some self-awareness. I think for a team that got talked about a lot this season, when the short burst of time when things were going good for the Giants, before Malik Neighbors got hurt, before Cam Scatterbo got his leg torn off, before Jackson Dart got his head caved in, this team talked about vibes. And normally vibes in the NFL is like that's something that crappy teams talk about. But the Giants are a crappy team, let's face it. But if you're a crappy team, at least be a crappy team with good vibes.
Yeah, and they're going to have fun.
And the Giants had some success when they were having good vibes. And you cannot be an NFL football team that has good vibes if you're not a super talented team with Russell Wilson at quarterback.
So you feel better when you lose. I mean, what's the point here? I mean, the Giants are now, they've already told us this season's over. And my advice to Jameis Winston is just stay alive, brother.
Yep.
Just stay alive. Stats don't matter. Your job is to walk off the field. That's it. Just be able to walk off the field. And if you do, you get to play for the rest of the year. And you might get some more money out of it next year.
And Jameis Winston's 31 years old.
Yeah.
Chances are good. And he signed a 2-year deal with the Giants. 2 years, I want to say $8 million, like something little. But the thought is, if you do well, you're going to get you'll be a backup for the rest of your life. And this is like you prove, hey, yeah, I can be a backup. I would want to know if Jameis still can be a backup quarterback. I think that he can be.
I hope. I have no reason to think he can. He was successful in Cleveland, wasn't he? He had a couple of decent games.
Yeah.
So
I think he's also 31 years old. Russ is 35. And now Russ is 35 and just completely washed. Like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I feel like you're doing Russ a disservice if you put him on the field. So to me, this is the right move to go to Jameis.
And walk off the field and lose every game with dignity.
Well, and also, this is the other thing. Who do you think Giants fans want to see on the field right now?
It ain't
Jameis
Russell.
or Russ?
It ain't Russell.
It ain't Russ. And when you're 2-8 for the third consecutive year, you need to appease your fans.
Yeah, lose with dignity.
And if you're gonna lose, at least lose with the guy that the fans want to cheer for. And I tell you, it's a lot easier to cheer for Jameis Winston than it is for Russell Wilson right now.
Who's taking over the reins?
Who is the interim coach? Mike Kafka.
Who is this?
Well, Mike Kafka took over as the interim somewhere else. I forget where the hell it was. But this isn't the first time.
What side of the ball is he there to coach prior to being the head coach?
He is a former quarterback, Mike Kafka.
Okay.
He's an offensive coach. He was the OC for a while with the Giants. I forget, maybe. Oh, you know what? You know where he got his claim to fame? I think he was Patrick Mahomes' first quarterback coach.
Okay.
So in the NFL. But yeah,
he doesn't pretend to think he's going to get the full-time gig.
I don't believe so. No,
because I'm asking if I'm taking the job over now. I got 8 games?
7.
7 games. That's enough time to make an impression.
Yeah,
I mean, Kafka could. He and Jameis could buddy up and suddenly win a couple of games. I'm not saying they're going to win a lot of games, but if the guy had any kind of merit, he could be coaching to be the head coach. And if you are, you want to see who's going to be my backup quarterback next year, and that might affect the way you coach the games. If you feel like no matter what I'm done, that really, I think, affects Jameis in a negative manner because, shoot, who am I playing for here?
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, this is a no-brainer. It's good for the vibes of the team. It's good for the fan base. And it's good for Jameis Winston. The only guy it sucks for is Russ.
Yeah, well.
And I'm sorry, dude. You've had your chances.
I have taken it's funny, both those quarterbacks, I've taken a 180 on both. Because when Russell was young, Russell in Seattle, the Super Bowl champion, I really liked him. I thought he was all the stuff, but that was a manufactured person. That's not what he was. Russell, and Jameis on the other side, remember the stealing the crab legs, all the crazy stuff, and then when he was with Tampa and the weird stuff he was doing there, now he's rehabbed his image like Snoop. He got older and suddenly I like this guy, but 10 years ago, I'm like, man, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I was worried you were going to be a Russ truther because when I was interviewing for this job and I was like listening in to the show, they were like, yeah, give the show a listen, see what you think of Rob if you would want to work with him. And I heard a segment where you said, I think Russ can still be a top 5 quarterback in this league.
And I ate the media machine because he was in right position with coaches that were propping him up, and I didn't realize. But he was a good dude. I saw him do some good things off the field, and I didn't realize this is all manufactured. It's all fake.
Well, I remember talking to our boss and saying, is this does Rob really, you think he's a hot take guy? Like, he wouldn't just say he thinks Russ can be a top 5 quarterback just to like rile people up, right? He's like, I don't think so.
No, I liked him. But this was prior to Denver. I thought he was going to land in Denver and kind of bring them up.
Yeah.
But it turns out that whole media fakery was left in Seattle.
He's a fraud.
That he was washed, and he had a coach that was covering for him.
All right, let's take a break. Let's talk to Mike Elko on the other side of this program. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1.
You know, what do I owe him?
Oh. It is Ewald Kubota.
Well, let's talk Ewald Kubota. My good friends over at Ewald. I was out in my property. I got a little bit of property, and we got some land to clear. And you have to ask the question, is it more cost-effective to just go buy what you need? Or do you need to go rent it and make sure that it's there when you need it, taken care of, and gone when it's done, and not have the investment? That's the great thing about working with Ewald Kubota. Because if you needed to go get something done on your property or a work site, and you need it tomorrow, you can walk into Ewald today and know that one call, one visit is going to take care of everything. They'll deliver what you need. They'll make sure the parts are on hand. If you buy, all the things will be coordinated because they want to be your partner in business. They want to be your partner at home from now on. That's why the Ewalds are so proud of saying no reasonable offer is ever turned down because they want to partner with you. They know that business is long-term down here in South Texas, and they want to be part of whatever's going to go on your property and your business from here on out. if it's time to go buy a new tractor, what about 0% financing for 84 months? I'm talking about the very best kind of tractor that you need around your property. They got every level, all the tools, all the toys that go along with it. But it hasn't been this easy to get hold of a tractor in a long, long time. If you're getting ready to go hunting, you need a way to get out to the lease or get from the cabin out to your blind, it is time to go check out the Kubota LTVs. They are the best you can find. They've got all the equipment you need for your lease. What I'm getting at is it's time to head over to Ewald, whether it's for work or fun, whether it's for business or pleasure. Ewald Kubota, from the Texas coast to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota, yeah, of course, they're your Kubota dealer.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15 p.m. After a bye week, the Cowboys are center stage on Monday Night Football for the second time this month. This time in Sin City, taking on the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656-PURE Connecticut.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You know, I make decisions every day, but the easiest ones I've been making for the last several weeks are Dak Prescott. The more Dak is riding the wave, and I've been with him on Prize Picks, and being right can get you paid, especially when you're doing it on the weekly. Prize Picks has everything you need to have some fun on all your favorite games. If you like winning, you like to know what you're doing, Prize Picks is your answer, because you can do the research and you can go out and win, and it's so simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players, and you can get up to 2,000x on your money if you pick right. Now, they offer stacks is what I love, and you can pick the same player in up to 3 different venues and play them in the same lineup, and you can only find this at Prize Picks. That's why I go there every day. You want to know another reason? Alamo. Remember the code Alamo, and you get $50 in lineups if you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
All righty, it's 8:17 here in San Antonio, Morning Huddle 94.1. And joining us now on the Barricade Buyers guest line is the head coach of the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies. Coach Mike Elko joins us on the program. Good morning, Coach.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Oh, man, we're living the dream.
Well,
At
Rob's
least
an
one of us
Aggie,
is.
so he's doing real well, Coach, real well. What's the buzz like around on campus these days? I mean, you've got to be feeling like a king in the castle, right?
Well, yeah, it feels good to be back. Obviously, it's been 5 weeks since we played a game in Kyle Field, so I think it's nice to finally be home and getting ramped up for a really talented South Carolina game. But I know the fans will be out this weekend, and Kyle Field will be rocking.
You know, that 5 weeks looked daunting at the beginning of the season. As it's done, and obviously quite successful, what was the thing that surprised you the most about the last month on the road that you didn't think you were going to see?
Yeah, I don't know about surprised. I was just proud of our consistency. Proud of how we went in, week out, attacked the game, went into some different types of hostile environments and found ways to come out with wins. And, we know how hard that is to do in the SEC. It's been a long time since Texas A&M has won 4 straight road games.
Well, and with the exception of the Arkansas game, this road trip was complete domination. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen an A&M team go into LSU or a Missouri and do what you guys did there. And I would argue the final scores were closer than what the games felt like. The Missouri game certainly didn't feel like just a 3-score game. Do you think that this is the best stretch of football your guys have played so far?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're hopefully starting to hit our stride. Obviously, it's a week in, week out process, and we've got to go out and do it every single week. But I feel like we're hitting our stride. I feel like we're coming together and gelling as a team. I think you've seen all 3 sides of the ball function together a little bit more consistently. See the last couple of weeks, and now we got to go out and we got to finish this last 3-game stretch.
You know, South Carolina presents their own bit of issues. You got another mobile quarterback coming in that has had some issues this year, but we've had a taste of what he's capable of from last. What did we learn from last year? What are your expectations? What are you going to try to do to him this week?
Yeah, I mean, he's a big physical, athletic kid. We missed 21 tackles on him last year, so we learned it firsthand. And I think our ability to understand how and what we're trying to do, getting him to the ground, will be, the most important factor on Saturday for us.
Now, this South Carolina game, a lot of people are looking at this as now you guys got through that road trip. Now you can take a little bit of breath here. South Carolina's not playing up to what the expectation was for them. Then obviously you get an FCS opponent in Samford before Texas. Are you trying to keep your guys from looking forward, especially now that we're getting to these standings and things like that, and people are already talking about, okay, well, what happens on November 28th? And is it hard to keep your guys locked in on South Carolina and Samford before you get to that game against Texas?
Yeah, it shouldn't be. I think if you look around at football every single week, I think you can clearly identify the teams that made that mental decision that this week was going to be easy, and you could see what happened to them. No disrespect to the Buffalo Bills, but you saw it just this last Sunday with Buffalo and Miami, right? Like, that's football every single week. That records don't mean anything. You got 3.5 hours to go figure out who's going to win that specific football game. And so we point those things out. I think our guys are very aware of those types of things and what it takes each week to go out and win a football game.
Well, Coach, as a lifelong Bills fan, you just kicked me in the nuts. So appreciate that.
But a valuable lesson learned.
Anything I could do to liven up the morning for you.
He's here to set a bar. You just got to jump over it. That's Coach Mike Elko joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star. Now, we saw we got the second iteration of the playoff things out there, and now you guys are being talked about as being undervalued, that you're probably worth a number 2 spot. I saw some number 1 votes out there. I know you're not paying any attention to it, but when you start looking at the rankings, how much does it matter right now, knowing that, there's some things that are allowing you a little bit of leeway? Do you let that creep into your mind?
Yeah, I don't think you let it creep into your mind. Obviously, I think there's a massive challenge that we have in college football trying to figure out when you compare apples to oranges to bananas, like, how you do that. And I think that what we're looking for as coaches is some type of consistency in how that's happening. And everything we heard this offseason was about scheduling metrics and strength of schedule and strength of record metrics. And, and so we go out and we play at Notre Dame. And we just need to know what the parameters are. And it's going to be even more important when we move forward and we start playing 9 SEC games. how they're going to get viewed and how people are going to start looking at things. You know, you look at Mississippi State, who beat one of the better teams in the Big 12 this year. Like, how does that get valued? We got to figure that stuff out.
Yeah, what's interesting is the Aggies right now are in sort of a catbird seat where you're actually, I would assume you're actually hoping that Notre Dame does do well and wins the rest of their games because it does nothing but boost your resume, whereas every other team below you is hoping that Notre Dame loses, so another spot opens up in these playoff mixes. Is it kind of weird, like depending on where you're sitting at in the standings, who you're cheering for week to week and who you're hoping falls off, or do you even pay attention and just say that chips are going to fall where they will?
Yeah, I think the nice thing is with the system we can control our own destiny. I think that's kind of where you do feel like we've made progress because we know if we can go out and take care of what we need to take care of on the field, it's going to give us a spot in the playoff, and then in the playoff you're going to have to go win football games on the field, and it's not going to matter who ranks who where. And so that part I think is how we focus. You know, we focus on South Carolina and how to go and beat South Carolina because that's the only thing that we can control right now.
You know, coming up with the South Carolina game, certainly the last SEC game before Texas, and then Samford. I'm always curious when you have a game like Samford, and you know the quote is, "Hey, it's senior day. It's a chance for everybody to get to play, but you want to maintain momentum." How are you looking forward to what isn't an off week, but is in fact a game in preparation for Texas? How do you measure guys, or does South Carolina not even play in to what you do for Samford?
No, I mean I don't think anything matters other than us playing to our standard every single week. I think that's what you talk about, and so we think it's really, really important for us each week to play to the level that we're capable of. That's how we evaluate. That's how we grade. We don't look at scores. We don't look at results. We look at our process, and so from that perspective, the process is the same every single week, and so that's what we choose to focus on.
You know, in the preseason at SEC Media Days, the poll for what the season was going to look like was Texas, Georgia, Bama, LSU, South Carolina, Florida, Ole Miss, then Texas A&M. South Carolina projected to be the fifth best team in the SEC preseason, and here they are with one conference win. They are right now the second worst team in the conference. But you know, because they were picked 5, this team has some talent, right, Coach? This is this is not the kind of game you would want your guys to overlook. And is it easy to look back and say, "Hey, man, remember these guys have some good play." That probably helps actually. Does it help even to know that they beat you last year and to help your guys lock into this team that if you just look at the record next to the name, you go, "Huh, these guys are no good."
Yeah, and again, this is what we know in the SEC. In the SEC, everybody has NFL players, and that's what makes this league so challenging. And so, you know, if you look in depth to what they've done, they've played 4 straight games against teams who were ranked in the top 14 or higher when they played them. No one else in any other conference does that. And so, you know, it's easy to say, oh, they're 3-6, so they must not be a good football team. But I bet if you gave them some of the schedules of some of the teams ranked in the top 15 or 20 this year, you know, you'd see them in a much better place right now.
I was curious about game plan last week, Coach. You were spreading the ball wide to start the game. Lots of, you know, there were run plays, but you're passing it out to your wide receivers or your backs to get them moving. Was that by design? Did you see something against Missouri, or was that just another part of the game that you were trying to highlight that quite frankly, is a valuable weapon that we might need to see more of?
Yeah, I think it's always based on the game. You know, we have skilled kids on the perimeter. We felt like that was an advantage for us in that game. We felt like their D-line was really talented and could cause us some problems. And so, you know, you try to get the ball into your skilled kids' hands and let them impact the game. I think we had over 150 yards after catch last week. And, you know, we thought that would be a critical piece of the game, and it turned out to be that we were right.
Coach, the one thing Missouri did well last week was run the football. And my thought was I didn't think they'd run the football at all because I just assumed you guys were saying if this third-string quarterback beats us, then so be it, but we're going to stop the run. What was the defensive game plan going in? Was it to just make them into a running team and hope that your offense was going to be able to outscore them?
No, I don't think we ever want to just have the offense outscore them. I think, you know, obviously I think part of it was we gave up the big run on the first play, and that was just you know, something that we could have done a little bit better. And then I thought we settled into a decent rhythm. Then we got a 3-score lead early in the second half. And I think at that point, the way you play the game changes. And so, you don't quite sell out the same way to stop the run when you're up 3 scores. And, and I think we could have executed that part of the plan a lot better.
As we get closer and closer to playoffs in Texas and all that, and we start looking at health, Le'Veon Moss is the first one that comes to most people's minds. Do you think we might see him by the day after Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I think so. I think I think he's starting to progress. I think he's starting to move around a little bit, and probably still a little bit too early to tell when exactly he'll be able to get out there on the field and carry the ball the way he's comfortable. But we're making progress, so we'll kind of see what it looks like.
Looks like I'm going to try to give you this chance every week, but it looks like right now, if New York called some people today, it would be the quarterbacks of the 4 teams at the top 4 right now in the playoff rankings. Do you want to stump for your guy Marcel Reed real quick again?
Yeah, I think I heard this stat. I think in our 4 away games, he's averaging over 300 yards of total offense a game. He's got 13 touchdowns and 3 turnovers, and he's a reason why we're in first place in the SEC. And so all of that tends to lead to him taking a trip up to New York to be part of the Heisman ceremony. And obviously there's 3 games still to play. He's got to continue to play at the level he's playing at. We got to continue to win football games. But as things currently stand right now, I think he absolutely belongs in New York.
Do you want to say anything bad about Ty Simpson or any of these other players that talk about how they don't deserve it, or you just want to leave it there?
No, I think we'll leave it where it's at. I think we'll leave it where it's at. We'll let all of you guys come up with all your random thoughts on why.
Don't let facts get in the way of a good story, Coach.
That is head coach of the Texas A&M Aggies, Mike Elko. Coach, we appreciate the time. Thank you, and best of luck this week, and hopefully you guys keep the train rolling.
Coach.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend.
Yes, sir. That's Mike Elko. Right here, all guests appear via the Buyers Barricade guest line. Buyers Barricades providing traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. I feel like after that road trip, he can kind of take a breath. He felt a little more relaxed.
And at the same time, you still have a card to play that you can talk. You can be number 3 in the country and walk into that locker room and say, we're getting disrespected.
Yeah.
And you can say it with a straight face. We are being disrespected. They still don't know how good you are.
Yeah, well, if they don't, they're not watching. It's a good football team, man. Very good. All right, I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Football season in full swing. Underdog, the best place to get in on the action. You can make your picks and win money right now at Underdog. And it's not just football, man. It's college basketball, NBA, hockey, the NFL, obviously, and the UFC. Big pay-per-view this weekend. I love playing the UFC games. College basketball tonight, that's the way to go. If you're looking for action on a Wednesday midweek night, you're either looking at Maction in college football or you are looking at college hoops. And it's still a little early for me, but so far what I've seen is defenses are a little bit ahead of offenses. So I'm probably playing some lowers on some of the guys in the marquee games specifically right now. And, guys, it's so simple. You just pick your player, pick the stats. If you're right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code ALAMO. That's ALAMO. You'll score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play-and-get-terms_DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning on the northeast side of town, 35 southbound approaching 1604. This is our heaviest delay. Got a major accident working. 2 left lanes are blocked. It's a 65-minute delay. Heavy back to Wiederstein. Again, that's 35 southbound approaching 1604. Start moving over to your right side. 410 southbound Ray Ellison. This wreck now off to the shoulder. And another wreck at 35 northbound I-10 downtown. Right shoulder blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportsstar.com now and register to win. sasportsstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP, Texas, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes the claims process easy, so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
Kinetico water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Kinetico of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at KineticoSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226.
Stay warm and save money this winter with a heater tune-up from Right Home Services. Their expert techs make sure your system runs efficiently and safely. Call 210-444-0000 or visit righthomeservices.com. Get it done right.
The right stuff. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Feel like hitting the jackpot? At Thomas J. Henry, we're giving away $5,000 in cash every week to 5 people from now till December. And then in December, we're giving 2 lucky winners $100,000 each. See rules and enter at thomasjhenrylaw.com. No purchase necessary.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Cowboys getting ready for a football game after that tragedy last week. How do they prepare? We'll talk to R.J. Ochoa, blogging the boys. He joins us at 2:30. And the Texas Longhorns have a huge game against the Georgia Bulldogs. Our Longhorn insider, Bob Ballou with KI Sports, he'll join us at 3:30. Plus, the Spurs play the Warriors. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right. Get up, everybody. On his way to the floor. On the Buyers Barricade guest line. You know him. You love him. It's Dr. Jason Garrett. Good morning, Dr. Garrett from Arasti. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys?
Hey, good to hear.
No, we got no complaints other than Mike Elko calling out the Bills losing to the Dolphins randomly, like no good reason. Just reigniting the fact that Rob's sports world is going way better than my sports world
right now. I'm living the dream right now, Doc.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the injuries going on in the world of sports. And Joe Burrow returning to practice. His 21-day window to return from the IR is now open. He had that turf toe injury on his left foot. First, I want to ask you talk about the injury itself, but secondly, I would imagine for a quarterback having turf toe, if you're going to have it on either foot, you'd want it on your lead foot rather than your drive foot. Am I wrong in that? Because since this is essentially what we're talking about, pushing off, like, is it going to be where it's the biggest issue, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. The foot you're pushing off on when you throw, there's so much torque and force generated through the back foot that, yeah, you'd much rather have it on your left foot. But speaking in general terms of turf toe, it's a pretty wide spectrum of pain and dysfunction. So some guys can have it. It can be relatively mild. You can come back. You can flare up. Probably going to result in some arthritis over time. It'll be a chronic thing throughout your career. And then when you retire, other guys, it can be devastating where that joint gets so inflamed, you can't push off on it. You're taking NSAIDs, probably taking cortisone shots, just trying to get through it, and can end up being a career ender like Deion Sanders. Not only did he end his career from turf toe, he ended up getting it amputated a few years later.
So knowing that and this 21-day window, where do you think he is today physically, and where do they think they need to be under the 21-day window? They're thinking week 13, so another couple weeks before he's back. Obviously he can lace up a cleat and walk around. Is there a pain? Is it pain tolerance? How are you measuring whether he's ready or not?
It is pain tolerance. It's so a lot of times when you have turf toe, you can't really extend your toes. You can't pull it up. Like when you go to push off, your toe has to extend. And so you're going to modify a lot of your movements. If he can move with relatively full range of motion in that toe and it's just a little bit of pain, then I don't think there's a lot of concerns. If he doesn't have that full range of motion and it's limited by both the pain and the range of motion, that means his biomechanics are going to change. He's already had a previous ACL tear. So anytime you change the biomechanics of the foot, it alters everything. It can even affect your shoulder because you're not pushing off, you're not moving correctly. So it's one of those things that he's probably on the good side of the spectrum where, it's painful, it's uncomfortable, it hurts after the game, after practice, but he can play pretty much pain-free. I would expect that's what he has. Otherwise, there's really no reason to bring him back and risk, permanent injury.
Let's talk about Travis Hunter. He is out for the season after LCL surgery. Now, it turns out that, I've torn my LCL, but I tore it when I also tore all the other CLs.
Before we go any further, where is the LCL? What part of the knee is that?
So if you take your hand down the outside of your thigh and you follow your IT band right along the outside, it's a thick fibrous ligament. Like if you kind of push your knee out to the side, you can feel it under your fingers right there. It's very thick, extremely fibrous, very, very strong, probably the strongest ligament in the body. Very hard to tear that without usually a catastrophic injury, someone hits it really hard. The MCL, very fragile. ACL, fragile. LCL is really hard to injure,
Wow.
so he must have taken one heck of a hit.
So how did you tear yours? That was a wrestling move, right?
Yeah, my whole knee got broken
So it
and
got
turned around
twisted.
backwards.
How
yeah.
do you think it was? You think it was a hit? That's not a plant and rip tear. That's a contusion, a hit, a rupture, right? When you talk
Yeah,
about how
usually
thick and fibrous it is, it wouldn't just
Usually
rip.
it's like, yeah. Usually it's car accidents or football tackles. Occasionally you can see it in football or soccer players where they plant really hard running one direction and kick with the other foot, and that leg just gets put in a terrible position. Still pretty rare, but usually you have to have some kind of trauma to injure that LCL.
And the reason I asked was they made a point of saying nothing else was hurt. It's just that. So I thought that was interesting that they made a very succinct point, like nothing internal. It was just the LCL.
Yeah, there's more injured than just the LCL. That's just the big one that they're going to fix. Probably, some soft tissue damage, some meniscus issues don't always need surgery. But yeah, he definitely hurt more than just the LCL.
So when we talk about the timeline on some, like obviously they've set out for the season, but do you think training camp he'll be able to be back to normal?
I think these are usually like 9 months, so I'm not sure what that does for training camp. I can't do the math right now, but it's like a 9-month recovery. It's worse than ACL because it takes a while for that thing to heal. When it does heal, if that's the only thing hurt, it's usually 100%. So it's better than an ACL. It just takes longer.
The starting safety for the Texans, MJ Stewart, is done for the season. He tore his quadriceps, which that sounds just like we talk about hamstring a lot, but a quad feels like an even bigger muscle. Am I wrong? Like, what's the recovery time for something like that?
So if he just tore the quad muscle, like a hamstring tear, it's not that bad. It's 8 to 10 weeks. If he tore the quad tendon, that is catastrophic. That means your quad has balled up. They've got to go in there, surgically repair that. That is a devastating injury, and that takes 6 to 9 months to make relatively full recovery from, because that quad tendon is thick and fibrous, and it takes a lot to put it back together.
We've got a potential another ruptured Achilles comeback with Deshaun Watson up there in Cleveland. He's in the same 21-day window. I don't know if there's ever any actual intent for him to play, but same thing applies here. When you're coming back from the ruptured Achilles, we know that he's gone through all the rehab work. What are you looking at for a guy like that who's coming back in this 21-day window? Is it, again, pain tolerance? Are you looking for flexibility? Are you looking for comfort level with these catastrophic returns?
Yeah, he shouldn't have any pain. Achilles tendons, if they're repaired correctly and there's no infection, the pain is not that bad on the comeback part. What you're looking for is how explosive he is, how fast he is. If he's got the full range of motion, then there's really no limitations with Achilles tears coming back. You're never going to be quite as fast as you were, but pain is not a problem at all. It's more how explosive he is. Can he move in the way that he needs to play football?
So Jaden Daniels, we talked about him last week, and the assumption was that he was going to have torn ligaments and all that stuff, but looks like no ligaments were torn when he dislocated his elbow. He's not going to need surgery. So does this just become, at that point, a pain tolerance issue? And being his left arm, like, when's the earliest back you could imagine seeing him?
How do you explain nothing got torn?
Like, just listen, I'm not a...
I know, but I'm talking to the doc. Do some people have just elastic tendons? I mean, how did nothing get ripped when I saw the injury? It didn't. Something should have torn.
Yeah, when they say nothing's torn, they mean no structural ligaments that have to be surgically repaired. To dislocate an elbow, there's a capsule. There's always a lot of connective tissue surrounding there that has to fail, has to tear, whether it's either super dense fascia or other smaller ligaments and tendons. Those are going to tear. Now, the big ones didn't, like the Tommy John issue that usually accompanies an elbow dislocation, which is great. It means no surgery. But he still has to keep that thing pretty much immobile, or at least move it just within a healthy, narrow range of motion while all that soft tissue heals. And the way it heals, it lays down scar tissue over time. Then you have to move it, get that scar tissue to realign. So it's not an easy process. It's not really that much better than surgery, but the timeline's a little shorter.
Well, remember, we thought Patrick Mahomes, it looked like a devastating injury, and then he was back the next week. It's like some of these guys, their bodies just bounce back a little bit better.
I read the headline, no significant damage.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that. There's damage.
Asante Samuel Jr. Signed to the practice squad with the Steelers. Last year, he had spinal fusion surgery. What are the odds he's ever able to play at a high? I mean, practice squad is one thing, but can you see this guy getting back to playing at a high level after a spinal fusion surgery?
Do you know if it was his neck or low back?
It was the upper back, so it was neck. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can make. I mean, Peyton Manning came back and played after having his neck fused. He looked stiff, and it terrified me watching him play because one big hit and he could be paralyzed. What happens when you fuse a vertebrae in the spine? You basically take that range of motion and delete it. So now you've lost a significant 1/7 of your range of motion in your neck, which means the joints above and below have to work that much harder, and they usually wear out within 5 years. You need another spine surgery or spine fusion. So he'll be on borrowed time for 2 or 3 years. He'll probably play pretty well, but his neck is always going to be stiff. It's always going to be hurt, and taking a hit head first does put him more at risk of kind of exploding that vertebrae and giving him paralysis.
Yikes! Now, when Peyton went through that, that's when he got in trouble with that. Was it HGH that they accused him of using to help heal with that? Has progress been made in that part of the body as far as getting fixed?
Yeah, but it wouldn't affect the fusion. So really, that's more the coming back from the surgery, the soft tissue damage, the healing, the blood supply getting in there. And they do have a lot of peptides out there now that are technically banned substances, but like BPC 157 and TB 500. These are two you can take that help you heal really fast, allegedly from soft tissue injuries, but they're not performance enhancement. They just allow your body to heal through injury more quickly. So I think those are pretty recommended for general people, but I think they're still banned as a performance enhancement in most professional sports.
Well, there you go. That is Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. Doc, always a pleasure. Thank you for your time today, and we'll talk to you next week.
Take care, Doc.
Thanks, guys.
There you go. That is Dr. Jason Garrett giving us the news. And he and all our guests up here via the Buyers Barricade guest line. Buyers Barricades providing traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com. All right. It's time, Rob.
Nearly.
It's time to play everyone's favorite game show. The Stat is Right.
Please keep in mind this is an exhibition and a competition. We will ask you to provide a statistic, so do your research appropriate. It's now time to introduce your hostess with the mostest. He's got a body cam. It's turned on. His mustache is waxed. His name is A.J. Barker.
Thank you, Rob. Robbie, come on down. You can be the next contestant on The Stat is Right. And this week's game, the Cowboys-Raiders Monday Night Football. Brock Bowers, the Raiders tight end. How many yards is Brock Bowers going to have receiving? He has had some monster games, talking about 130. And then he's had some games where he just had one catch.
He's 7 feet tall, weighs 375
He is a Superman.
He's Superman.
But will the Cowboys be able to contain him is the question. So my guess is his total falls somewhere between 12 and 130 yards.
That's probably...
I feel like that's kind of the sweet spot that I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But what we need is you to be the closest to the number at the end of the week. And then Tuesday, we'll have to wait a day, but Tuesday we'll announce the winner. Let's go with caller number 4 today, 210-656-ESPN. You will be the next contestant on The Stat is Right.
You know,
Jump on the
phones, talk to Vic right now. We didn't get a chance to talk about Devin Vassell and migraine.
Oh yeah,
on Monday, and I don't know how much that plays into it, because whenever I see that is the most concerning thing to me, because I don't know how you fix that. I mean,
you just rest.
Yeah, so you
go lay in a dark room
and we lost him on Monday. I mean, he just, you could tell, was in so much whatever. I've never had one, so I don't know, but obviously it was so bad that he couldn't play, and I hate when I see that, because they seem to come in waves. Like one migraine leads to another, and then another, and then you're starting to miss some serious time here, and that's kind of a worst case scenario right now with Devin, who's been playing so well early on. I hope it's just one of those. Is it like you had too much caffeine? I mean, what do you do to get yourself out of it?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that works. My wife gets them, for her, it's just time.
It seems miserable. And can the medication you take, does it dull are you able to play? Is it like don't operate heavy machinery kind of stuff?
I also I wish that I would have asked him about Seth Trimble. I don't know if you saw this. North Carolina, their one of their guards, Seth Trimble, was in the gym, in the workout room, and a weight fell on his arm and broke his forearm in half.
And that's like a smash injury, like a car wreck.
Like that sounds just nasty. he was not playing this week, and obviously it's going to be he's got some broken forearm. I don't know what the timeline is for that, so I guess I wish I would have asked, but he's a guy who's one of your starters. You know, that's a bad look for North Carolina. Although they looked really good in there, in the so far what we've seen of them this season, but with especially that win over Kansas. But yeah, that's a piece to keep an eye on. But yeah, I was curious, like that crush injury, is that a, would you rather have that or
I think the crush would be the worst.
I would think so too. Yeah. Because it's hard to have a clean break with something like that. Because, some heavy ass weight falls on you, then what do you do? Like, you got to get it off you, right?
First of all, what the hell's going on in the weight room that your arm is underneath a weight that I've got no idea that it caused? I mean, a bunch of basketball players in the weight room, probably not the best prescription. You might don't leave those guys alone. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. A basketball guy in the weight room is sometimes a comical.
And who's throwing around enough weight that could literally shatter an arm? Like, which one of you is benching that kind of weight?
Well,
the wrong team.
You know what? It's a new age, Rob. These new basketball players are trying to be better than you were, and the only way to do it.
Seth's brother,
pump iron.
He had an older brother that played at North Carolina, Tokato, JP Tokato.
Yeah,
they play a lot alike. They're both. He's good.
Oh
they
yeah,
don't miss him.
I'm a fan of him. It is a big break. So, all right, we got a winner there, Vic.
Yeah, sure do. We do.
That's 3 out of 5. So whoever's closest at the end of the week, you're going to win tickets to go see the Eagles and the Cowboys a week from Sunday. Oh, yes. The hated Philadelphia Eagles in town. Oh.
I'm ready. There might be nearly 20 points scored.
Now, when you guys are both Cowboys fans, I am not.
Yep.
But do you –
since birth.
Most people will say that the Cowboys, like the Cowboys are rivals with all 3 of their NFC East opponents.
It's the Eagles.
It's the Eagles.
The Eagles are the worst.
The Eagles are the most long-term because they've been consistently good for the last 25 years, and the Cowboys haven't. But there's you throw in the body bag game and the Buddy Ryan stuff, and the Redskins, Commanders. That's kind of like they're always the rival, but they're not the hated ones. They haven't been for a while.
The Sheagles are.
But it's the Eagles. For me, it'll always be they're the most hated of the rivals. But at least over the last 20 years. Prior to that, it was the Redskins, Commanders.
Yeah.
But the Eagles, because they've been so good, and because the way that both Vermeil and all the Andy Reid and all the coaches just dismantled the Cowboys. I mean, did it in different ways. No, don't like them at all.
Okay.
Hatred.
All right.
Despise them.
See, well, what a game to go to then. A game where there will probably be fights in the crowd.
I hope.
Finally. All right, friends. We got 1 hour left to go. I got some more tickets to give away. Good fun, frivolity. Morning Huddle 94.1.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive Insurance, you can keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today. That's careers.progressive.com.
I bet you'd like to see a brand new, pretty orange tractor sitting out in your barn. Now's the time to go get it. Head over to Ewald Kubota, because right now, tractors, you got great financing on tractors. 0 down, 0% for 84 months. Can you imagine the destruction, the fun you could have on your property with a piece of equipment like an Ewald Kubota? Yeah, you need to go find out. Head over. No reasonable offer is ever refused. They love to talk about it, and I do too. The fact that when you begin a relationship with Ewald Kubota, the purchase, the rental is just the very beginning. They want to make sure that you're taken care of from here on out, and that's why you see so many of those Ewald products all around work sites, in barns, in fields, taking care of business, on leases, because they do what they're promised to do. They work when they're supposed to work, and they're always going to be for you when you need them. And if it's time to get to work you got a new building site, something like that, you don't want to buy the piece, but you want to get it rented, call them right now. They can have it delivered fast. They'll make sure it's working for you. They'll pick it up when you're done, and they'll make sure you're on time, on target for any project you've got going. It's time to go hunting. Get yourself a brand new ATV. Great financing available there as well. What I'm getting at is now's the time to head over to one of the many Kubotas around South Texas because they got exactly what you need as you head into the fall season with the financing to prove it, to go along with it. I'll say it again, from the Texas coast to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota, I'll tell you what, they're your Kubota dealer.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in Iraq, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Have pain? Have chronic pain, low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain? I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications. We do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone, too. For my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family. Drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with, hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile. Thanks, Zoe.
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible port-ins on essentials for well-qualified customers. Auto pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end in balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 256 gigabytes, $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG DMG pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Just cleared a couple of our trouble spots. That wreck at 35 southbound approaching 1604 and the wreck downtown at 35 northbound I-10. Still working the accident 1604 northbound Calabria, right lane blocked. Now, we do have this ongoing road work on 1604 westbound I-10 to Lock Hill Selma. That's closed. Also closed downtown 35 lower level, southbound between 35 lower upper level split on over to Brooklyn Avenue. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs are 8-2 to start the season, and they return to action tonight, welcoming in Golden State to the Frost Center. Tip is set for 7 o'clock. It'll be televised on the FanDuel Network. In other NBA news, the Dallas Mavericks have fired general manager Nico Harrison. Assistant general managers Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi are being promoted to lead the Mavs basketball operations department on an interim basis. The newest college football playoff rankings were released last night, and the top 5 remained unchanged. Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, and Alabama, with Georgia rounding out the 5th. Texas Tech moved up to 6th, and Texas officially found their way into the playoff picture, sitting at 10, with Miami as the current ACC champ. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
9:02 on the Morning Huddle. Good morning to you. Happy hump day.
We're on a downhill slide now.
That's right. Hump day. Yes, we've made it, friends. We're on our way. Home sweet home. Your thoughts on the new All-Star, NBA All-Star format?
What the hell?
That they announced.
What is this? Is this like the Ryder Cup rules? I don't understand.
It's so weird.
Are we going to putt to see who plays the third game and play a skins? Okay.
Okay, so here's the way it's going to work. There are going to be 24 players selected.
All right.
But if the pool doesn't work out where there's enough Euros and Americans or Americans and foreigners picked, then they're going to add more players to the All-Star.
Sounds like a DEI hire to me.
It really does.
You get a job because you're a foreigner? I don't like this.
The way it's going to work out now is there's going to be teams of 8, and they are going to go with two American teams and 1 international team. They're going to play a round-robin thing.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter what positions they play or anything like that. It's very confusing. But let's say they don't get that 16-8 split. Let's say they pick.
What if there's 12 Euros?
Too
many.
Okay, so if they say there's 12 Euros and only 12 Americans, then they are going to add 4 more Americans to make it where there's enough for them to have 16.
Okay. All right.
So Adam Silver is going to pick those players.
Good for him. So this is going to go on for like a week, or is this just one afternoon?
It will be I don't know.
It's like an all-day Sunday thing? We're going to do this for 2 days?
It's going to be, for at least when they do it, the 2026 one, it is being built in. So the way they're doing is they're building it into the NBC's coverage of the Winter Olympics.
Oh, you know what? I didn't play into the fact that NBC is elsewise occupies their first years to get the All-Star game.
And it is going to, so the first game, which usually takes place at 7 o'clock, will instead be at 4 o'clock our time, and it will come right after a Team USA hockey game. So they're going to have a good they're going to have a good lead in at least.
I didn't realize and put 2 and 2 together that they have the All-Star game and they're right in the middle of Olympic coverage, which it's an RPP, but what a nightmare.
So the way it works is the first 3 quarters will be made up of round-robin play featuring the 3 teams, allowing each of them to play twice. So for a quarter, it'll be international team versus Team USA 1. Second quarter will be Team USA 1 versus Team USA 2. Third quarter will be international team versus Team USA 2.
So
and the fourth
ideally, we come out with 2 teams playing for a champ, but they're going to have some tiebreakers.
The fourth quarter is the teams with the 2 best point differentials.
So it's point differential. What if they're even with point differential?
Then we'll have to figure that out.
Flipping coins. Okay.
Or there's overtime.
It just seems like all we really need is the game.
But you know what? The game had gotten so bad.
It had, and I like the Euro idea. I did. The international stuff. But now when you're going to have to start, if this doesn't work, I'm going to add a couple of guys. Well, That's why the NFL Pro Bowl's silly.
Yeah.
Because some of the guys absolutely deserve and we're glad they're there. Others, you're like, you're a Pro Bowler? So we're going to have some All-Stars that you're like, my guy's better than that guy, and that guy just got to go there because they didn't have enough. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
I'm not against it either. I mean, let's shake
but
things
it's certainly not going to get me to be like, oh, I'm watching the All-Star game now.
It was enough anyway. So they're not messing with the slam dunk, that Saturday night stuff. That's all in place. Okay.
After the game and like I said, Rob and I going to the Spurs-Warriors game tonight, and Draymond Green trying to light a fire under his team's ass. They have lost 6 consecutive road games, and they said, what's the difference between how you played last season after the Jimmy Butler trade versus now? Because you remember after they traded for Jimmy Butler, they caught on fire. Here's Draymond's quote. I think everybody was committed to winning back then and doing that any way possible. Right now, it doesn't feel that way. I think everyone has a personal agenda in this league, but you have to make those personal agendas work within the team confines. If it doesn't work, you kind of got to get rid of your agenda, or eventually the agenda is the cause of someone getting rid of you. So he said everyone has to shoulder a share of the accountability, but basically he's saying he doesn't feel like this Warriors team is bought into being a championship team, which is hard for me to imagine when that the locker room is got Steph Curry and Steve Kerr and quite frankly has.
And they got Jimmy
Butler,
guy who doesn't have a ring,
desperately chasing
one.
And
you'd think that would be it, but I do get that sense. I mean, Draymond and Clay's not even in the room anymore, and Steph. It seems like they're playing out the string. They know what is required to win a title, and obviously Draymond's looking around and going, not only do we not have the talent, we don't even have the effort. We're not even trying to get there. I do find it odd that you're having to call out a team that does have Jimmy Butler, because you do normally get Butlerized when you pick him up. The intensity picks up, and maybe that'll help. But I do think that this is a Golden State team that is playing out the string. My God, everybody on the team's old. They got one good young player, a couple of questionable dudes. They know how to win. I would certainly not want to play them in the playoffs, but to think that this is a 46-win basketball team or 47 wins, that's nuts.
The other thing is Steph Curry, who's been dealing with some illness, but he made 16 of his 42 shots in the last 2 road losses. That was even before and now he's sat out 3 games. He returned against the Thunder, but he went 4 of 13 in 20 minutes, so did not look like himself. He said, I kind of fell into the agenda thing a little bit myself, trying to get myself going. But the bigger issue, when you lose, you start to look around and figure out what's the issue. Commitment to winning is just running the floor, rebounding, taking care of the basketball. It's not really about shots going in or not.
True.
And Kerr says Green's banged up, might not play tonight. And Curry, his status also in question, though he was said to be pushing to be out there tonight. Second game of a 6-game trip for the Warriors.
Surprised to see Curry tonight. I think we'll see him on Friday.
You think so?
Yeah. We'll see him in one or the other.
I'd be surprised if I didn't see both those guys out there tonight, just given that they just had all this vocal stuff about not everybody seems committed to winning a championship. If you say, we're not committed enough to winning a championship, and by the way, I'm taking tomorrow night off.
Well, you might not say it, but I mean, you're whirling into a buzzsaw tonight.
Yeah.
It might be, lick your wounds, see what these guys are doing, and get them on Friday, because they might not have a choice in this thing. They're just not very deep. They just don't have a lot of talent. So everybody's going to have to be relatively healthy and playing pretty well for them to have a reasonable expectation to knock off, to win 2 and 3 games in a row. Because when you're bringing off the bench Will Richard and Podzinski and Moses Moody, I mean, that's okay, but that's not going to beat teams like a hot team like the Spurs or just deep good teams in the West. They're just not that good.
No, they're not. But you did. I mean, you got your ass kicked last night, but it was by the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They're a play-in team, but to talk like Draymond, you got to realize who you are and where you're at. I mean, that boat left the dock a long time ago. You guys have been slowly dwindling, and now you are truly playing out the string. I mean, isn't this Kerr's last year, or did he sign another? I mean, he's just about done.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's at.
I expect him to be in the playoffs. I don't expect greatness. I don't expect 8-game winning streaks. I expect a tough basketball team that if you're not on, they're going to beat you. But if you play your game, you should be able to handle, because they don't have a lot of size and they don't have a lot of depth.
Yeah. The NBA Cup, or the, what do they call it? The
Emirates
Cup. That's right. The projections are out for the groups.
I think we're zeroed in around here.
Man, this is a great group that the Spurs find themselves in, and it is loaded. Two of the three West teams with the over/under totals of at least 50 wins going into the season, Denver and Houston. Oklahoma City being the third. So two of the highest win total teams coming into the season are in this group. The Warriors and obviously the Spurs.
Yeah.
This is and then the Blazers, who are better than anybody thought they were going to be. There's not an easy out. The favorite right now is the Nuggets to win the 27. It says they'll win 27% of the time.
Okay, I'm trying to find a way to get excited about this, but I'm just not. I would be more excited if I was a bad team trying to win something, getting better. But when you're telling me, yeah, Denver should be in the upper echelon of winning the Emirates Cup. Yes, but it's just other games to me. It's a reason to put on a different uniform.
That's kind of the way I feel too.
I'm not enthused about, like, the WNBA fan loves this thing. It hasn't gotten me yet. And maybe after a couple of years I'll look forward to it, but quite frankly, I don't care.
Well, the Spurs and Warriors game on Friday is an Emirates NBA Cup game.
So fancy court and fancy uniform.
That's right. And that'll kick off action in Group C for San Antonio. I say that, but I guess the Spurs have already played a couple.
Yeah,
so,
we have.
they have.
I mean, they're favorites.
They're
for this.
1-0. Yeah,
we got I got the email from the NBA about how you're going to want your creds for the Vegas game. So
yeah, because the Rockets game was an Emirates Cup game. I forgot about that. So Spurs 1-1 on their fancy court. So the Spurs are 1-0. Blazers are 1-0. They beat Denver
handily.
Denver's 1-1, having already played Portland and Golden State, and then the Rockets and the Warriors are 0-1. But yeah, game 2 so the Friday game, the game tonight, not an NBA Cup game, but game 2 is, so it matters more. It just matters
like
more.
1.1. It's one louder.
That's right.
It's like 11.
You crank it up to 11, baby. That's the way it should be. Let's give away these tickets. Descendants and Frank Turner, the U.S. Tour 2026. It's February 28th at the Aztec Theater. I got a pair of tickets for you. You want to go see the Descendants and Frank Turner? Let's go with caller number 1. You'll get a pair of those tickets for February 28th at the Aztec. And if you don't win those tickets, you can buy them at livenation.com. All right, we'll be right back. We'll talk about what's going on in the world outside of sports. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How you feeling this morning? You wake up without any pain? I hope so, but if you did, I got a fix for you real quick. It's called Arasti. Arasti providers are all around San Antonio, and they're here for one purpose, and that's to get you out of pain and do it as fast as possible. And what has made Arasti so successful isn't that they're doing this, it's how they do it, because they treat you a little bit differently, because it's not about pills to hide the pain or surgery to prolong it. It's about your body fixing itself, and let me tell you, I am living proof that it works on a regular basis. So if you've got a young athlete in the house and you're in the playoffs, or maybe you're just starting your season and there might be something keeping them out of their game, you know you have professional level treatment around the corner without any wait, because you don't need a referral to go see an Arasti provider, and of course they do accept most insurances. So if you got to get back in the game fast for real, call Arasti right now. Or if you're living with pain with a soft tissue injury, a sprain or a strain, bad shoulder, lower back, call Arasti now. Here's the number, 1-800-404-6050. Their website is Arasti.com. If you're looking for a location, go there. They're adding new ones all the time, and they've got a map there for you. Listen close. Don't let pain keep you or a family member from doing things that they love or need to do. Call Arasti right now. They're going to get you fixed, and when they do, come on by and you can thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Just cleared a couple of our trouble spots. That wreck at 35 southbound approaching 1604, and the wreck downtown at 35 northbound I-10. Still working the accident, 1604 northbound Calabria, right lane blocked. Now, we do have this ongoing road work on 1604 westbound I-10 to Lock Hill Selma. That's closed. Also closed downtown 35 lower level, southbound between 35 lower upper level split on over to Brooklyn Avenue. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Need better sleep? Score huge deals on your perfect bed at Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Stop in today and let the sleep experts find the right upgrade for your unique needs. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products or compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products or compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15 p.m. After a bye week, the Cowboys are center stage on Monday Night Football for the second time this month. This time in Sin City, taking on the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Good morning, everybody. 94.1, AJ and Rob. The Axeman and Bobcat show here on 94.1. Yes. Yes. Let's talk about what's going on in the world outside of sports. A viral reaction to some red carpet photos of a young A-list actress have exposed a concerning issue that proves that women really have it hard in this country. And men forget what this is an opinion piece written by a lady, of course. But I do think it's pertinent discussion for us. She says men have forgotten what natural boobs look like. And, of course, now they're making that a woman's problem. The latest photos from the Stranger Things premiere are going viral with Millie Bobby Brown wearing a black dress with a plunging neckline.
I remember that.
And one particular photo is trending on X because men on the internet are insulting Millie Bobby Brown and making fun of her breasts.
What's wrong with them?
They are saying that they are saggy. They call her the anti-Sydney Sweeney. And she says, this proves that men have become so accustomed to a world where plastic surgery is everywhere that now when we see natural bodies, we are we don't understand it.
Is this it right here? Yeah, I think
that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
She's on her way to being a little torta.
This is such an L.A. West Coast kind of centric column because
that's 100% here in Texas.
Well, they want everybody to have the like Sydney Sweeney or Kourtney Kardashian body, where it's like it's.
Yeah, no, but
they did say they did ask someone like, "Are you still attracted to this woman?"
Yeah,
and they said, "Yeah." At the end of the day, yeah. Well, I would still be into.
How old is she?
21.
21. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She looks from looking much younger to much older than that.
Oh yes. Well, she's a grown woman. Man.
Yeah.
She's a very serious actress. You have to, well, and also when you saw her, she was bald.
Yeah, there was that.
Yeah, that's made for a different look. Jimmy Kimmel, who
he was recently fired.
He was, and then rehired. Jimmy Kimmel, who I've seen Jimmy Kimmel live a couple times in person.
Mr. Vegas.
One of my friends used to be a writer for Jimmy Kimmel's show. But this was back before Jimmy Kimmel was a.
This the Man Show stuff?
No, this was before his show was a political show. Oh, yeah. Like this was back when it was just a regular late night comedy show. But Jimmy Kimmel, he grew up with his band leader, Cleto.
Yeah, this is a sad story, man. Yeah.
And Cleto yesterday passed away. He had complications apparently from a liver transplant, and it killed him. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know I didn't know that they were like childhood friends that grew up on the same block in Vegas. Mm-hmm. And so a very sad thing for Jimmy Kimmel, not only losing his band leader, but losing one of his best friends, apparently.
Yeah, I appreciate the way he has brought everybody with him. You know, he carried Guillermo.
Yeah, Guillermo.
Yeah.
Guillermo owes him everything.
Like Uncle Sal made like a career out of being on there with Kimmel. So think what you want. But, yeah, he is a loyal dude to his people. But, yeah, he passed away. Very unfortunate. Jimmy did a monologue on it last night and talked about it. But yeah, very heartbreaking stuff there. Young man too, not
59. That's too young.
Too damn young. Another South Park episode came out, and the ratings came out.
Oh,
now
okay.
South Park's very controversial this year because it's very political. And while Matt and Trey have said, "Listen, we're not really political people, but what we understand is if we create content that is political, people will watch it.
Yep.
And people are eating it up. So if it's something, he said this is how it's always been. If we can make fun of something that's big in the world, big in pop culture, then we're going to do it, and people are going to watch. And ratings are showing that this is working. This entire season, which has basically been make fun of Trump season,
and everybody around him,
ratings are up more than 100%.
Jeez, it's not hard to
from
do,
last
too.
season.
The material is all right in front of you. You just got, it's unreal on what happens, but
How crazy is that?
I believe that.
Trey Parker said that he believes the show hasn't become more political, but that politics have become pop culture, and that's what's happened.
They have.
That's right, 100%.
So
and it goes back to just like you were talking about late night.
Yeah.
That had become, it's just low-hanging fruit. You're right.
And he said they believe that the new taboos around, like, that come with speaking out against Trump have emerged since January. And he says, and we're attracted to that. Like, if we're not supposed to say stuff, that's the stuff that we're looking to say.
Having sex with the devil?
Yes. Yes.
Jeez. We're attracted to the opportunity to do stuff like that.
Well, remember previously in the show, Satan had had a sexual relationship with Saddam Hussein at one point, and now that he's dead, he had to find a new lover. But yeah, over 100% boost in ratings for South Park.
Because they're funny. First and foremost, you got to be funny, and if you're not funny, you can be shocking, but that's only lasts for a second.
That only lasts for a while.
But now, when you're funny, it actually there's some humor beneath the low-hanging fruit. Yeah, we'll come back.
Yeah,
that's
when
why
you think it's a little over the line,
then
but
we go,
it's not.
But it's truly kind of funny, no matter who you are.
Texas. Oh, sweet Texas.
Uh-oh, what happened now?
Got some bad news here. We are seeing nearly 4 times the number of whooping cough cases compared to this time last year.
We're up like 1,000% since the last time they saw anything like
There
this.
have been more than 3,500 cases of whooping cough in Texas this year. This is the second year that we've experienced high increases. National whooping cough cases have been higher in the past 2 years than levels have seen, like, even pre-pandemic. In 2024, the U.S. experienced roughly 6 times as many cases compared to 2023, and Texas is outpacing the national rates. Now, the higher number of cases in recent years come as vaccination rates for whooping cough have steadily dropped. 92.1% of kindergartners were vaccinated against whooping cough in the 2024-5 school year compared to about 95% before the pandemic. Like, I hate the idea.
Did we get this vaccination?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
Pertussis, yeah.
I hate vaccination discussion. Like, I'm not a doctor. I don't know what vaccines cause, what they don't cause.
Right.
Here's what I do know. And I understood anyone's hesitancy to take the COVID vaccine. I get it. Like, no one knew what it was. It just showed up out of nowhere.
It's too new. Yeah.
But the idea that now anti-vax people are not only like when anti-vaxxers were just against a COVID vaccine, that was one thing. Now you're against all the vaccines that have worked for a long time. I don't understand that philosophy.
Well, the fear is that the combination of individuals that seem to work on individual things is the sum total. They're trying, and I understand the search. They're trying to figure out why the cases of autism are up and why we can't figure out why. And we're grasping at anything that might cause this.
All I know is I got stuck with everything.
And we all of us did. And some of us ended up with autism. We don't know why. And I understand the fear, especially for those that are dealing with it.
Yeah.
But to sacrifice the fact, I mean, whooping cough. It's 2026.
People are getting measles.
Whooping cough. Like it's crazy that is even a headline. That this is something we fixed. We fixed this.
No, we got to unfix it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same thing. Now, this thing, especially with whooping cough, it is essentially the same kind of virus as kennel cough for your puppies.
Yes.
And you will gladly give your puppy a kennel cough shot so it won't die in front of you. Or you can take it to the, but you won't do it for yourself.
But look at Vic's dog. Dipstick is autistic, and he's
I'm dealing with a lot with Dipstick.
Yeah, because of that.
He's a special needs
it's
dog.
because you gave him that kennel cough vaccine. That's what it was.
I mean,
That's
he's
what it
just
was.
1 week away from a wheelchair.
That's it.
We're dealing with whooping cough.
I know.
Oh, next comes the bubonic plague's return.
And smallpox.
Yes, yes.
Jeez.
Oh, boy. All right. We've got one segment left of programming, friends. And then I'm going to have to go a full day without Robert in my life, which I'm not real excited about.
Hard. We all have our El Wapos,
Rob's
as I
just
like
like,
to say.
see you, buddy. I hope you have fun on Thursday.
Good luck with Vic, right?
Yeah. And then I'm going to ask Vic, like, hey, did you watch that game last night? They go, no, I was asleep.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Always the same.
And I'll be back. I got to go to the bathroom.
Tale as old as time. And then I'm left talking to myself.
Yeah. There's no Edwin. Yeah. I'll take a long one, too.
I need you to wear a diaper tomorrow, just in case.
No, I'll bring a bucket.
No, I don't want to see you drop trow.
No, I have a bucket that I take to the jetties just in case. Because, I mean, you're about an hour away from a toilet. So I'll bring that. Yeah. I'll bring it.
Damn.
If I'm pooping in a bucket on a pier, there better be some fish out in that water. I better be bringing something back in a cooler.
I think that's why I don't go fishing. That sounds miserable.
Well, try doing it on a boat with waves, and then you have to go over the side.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons I don't go fishing. I think
That's why I take Tums before I go, so I won't have to go.
No, yesterday on Veterans Day, Netflix premiered. I think they premiered. I saw it for the first time. There's a 4-episode story of the Marines and these kids going through the Marines and getting on a boat and going through all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pooping on a boat.
Nope.
That's
a no-no, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's what happens.
What's a double dragon? You know what that is? I learned what a double dragon is.
No, I don't know what
it's when you're pooping and vomiting at the same time.
Ah, that happened to me one time.
Yeah.
Well, that's happened to me plenty of times.
They talk about they were on the Navy boat and they're yelling at everybody, you don't want to have to get the double dragon.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that was me on. It was one of those 12-hour deep sea fishing trips where 2 hours in I started like that, and there's no going back. I had to endure 12 hours of that.
The double dragon.
It's a good name for it. It does make it sound kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wrap up the show on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
That Panda, she was back last night in Chicago wearing a Jordan jersey and all and killed it. She killed it. That broken wrist, no problem. Because I saw they had, in the story I read, had the original accident where she falls off the unicorn and breaks her wrist.
She's riding a unicorn, huh?
The unicycle.
You got that too. I was thinking, what did he just say?
Oh my God.
I mean, her act has really changed.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226.
Need a reason to call Thomas J. Henry Law after a car accident? How about $1 billion? Because Thomas J. Henry Law fights even when the insurance company says your claim is worth nothing. Thomas J. Henry doesn't back down. That's how we put over $1 billion in our clients' pockets in just the last 4 years. And why we're one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas. Car accident? Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
So fresh and so clean. Don't you think I'm so sexy, Vic?
So sexy. You say it like that, you better say it with a lisp.
Yeah.
You better say You're so sexy.
Just so fresh, so clean. Vic never tells me I'm sexy anymore. I don't know why. I don't know when.
You sexy from South Florida.
I've moved on.
I know. It bums me out. I do want to shout out. I met a couple listeners yesterday. I was at the Poker House over at SA Card House and met a couple of listeners.
Nice.
Vince was one of them, and I didn't get the other guy's name, but he actually said that he'd been listening to me since Houston. But yeah, good to meet some of them in the wild.
Sweet.
I took some money off of them, and then I gave some of it back. That was the right thing to do. I thought that was the right thing to do.
You couldn't quit yet. Yeah.
Thought that was the right thing to do. You know, sometimes you got to do a donk to make sure that everybody
you got to
keeps
keep
listening.
the economy stimulated. You got to keep
That's
the
right.
money
Yeah,
moving.
yeah.
If it's sitting, it should be taxed. But if you keep it moving, it's going here, it's coming back.
And also, I'm a man of the people. What can I say?
Oh.
Man of the people. A lot of people say that about me.
Por toda la gente.
A lot of people have said it. I'm doing a great job, a wonderful job, some people say.
Prices are up.
That's right. And this studio, we're going to outlay it in gold. You're not going to believe, like the kind of gold you've never seen, Vic.
Like the gold in the White House.
That's right. That's what I'm going to get. I'm going to have this studio in gold. So you wait.
Sweet. Paint it white first.
All right, Vic. Let's do it, baby. Let's take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Let's start in college football. We got MACtion tonight, baby. Kind of weird that UMass is MAC now.
Doesn't fit.
It really doesn't.
Although competition level, it's perfect for them, but it doesn't feel right.
Well, yeah, although there is no competition level that fits for UMass.
No, not. But they do have what I'm saying is they have the potential to be competitive in the MAC, where there's not a lot of places they can go grow into competition because they do have a good recruiting base.
Yeah. Tonight, though.
Oh, they're going to smoke tonight and all year.
Now, mind you, I'm looking at my my power ratings, and I have Northern Illinois as the 123rd best team in the country out of 136.
So you're saying
I have
they're looking for 122 to kick their ass.
No, I have UMass at number 136 out of 136.
Well, so.
And if I said, okay, UMass is playing the second worst team on a neutral field, and in my power ratings, the second worst team is Sam Houston.
Now, Sam Houston's a winner, baby.
I know. They won a game. But if they played on a neutral field, I would have Sam Houston favored by 9 points.
I think so. So
that's how bad UMass is.
And who are they
football.
playing tonight?
They're playing Northern Illinois, and the line at home in UMass is Northern Illinois minus 11.5. I think I'm going to be all over Northern Illinois tonight. Now it's hard for me to trust how accurate my numbers are on these at the very bottom. I trust my numbers at the very bottom less than I trust my numbers at the top. But this one, on a neutral, I would make 18 points. So at UMass, you give them a couple points for home field advantage, I guess. I get to like 15. I just can't. I'm nowhere near this number. So I will be on Northern Illinois tonight.
And I would like to preface this. I thought our conversation was starting with basketball.
No, this is football.
On Wednesday night, I was unaccustomed, but I forgot the MACtion is.
Yeah, MACtion Wednesday night.
So when you brought that up, I Googled. I went to ChatGPT. I wanted to see, why is UMass so bad at football?
And?
As an independent, they play a schedule of teams from major conferences without the benefit of a conference championship game or conferences shared resources, so they don't have any money. They don't have a stadium. The move from FBS has financially strained not only the athletic department, but the university itself, and they can't draw any talent in. So basically every reason you think they suck is really the reason why they suck.
ChatGPT doesn't, maybe ChatGPT is unaware that they do have a conference now. They do play in the MAC. This is the first year they've done it.
Well, I'm saying up until this point. I Googled, why is UMass so bad at football? And they didn't have any money, so they're finally in a conference. They have a small stadium that they're trying to upgrade, and they have low attendance on top of that. So they face the same significant financial challenges that many universities had without the tradition of having a solid football program. Team also plays as an independent in other sports, but now coming into MAC should help them financially, though the competition is now stiffer.
Their closest games this year, the closest losses they had, they lost to Bryant, who is an FCS team.
And yeah.
They lost that by 1 point in week 2. Close loss, very close loss, tough break. They lost to Buffalo by a touchdown, and their next closest loss this season has been 18 points. They just get their ass kicked constantly.
Well, if Sam Houston can win, anybody can.
Not UMass.
Did Sam Houston beat Oregon State? He beat Oregon State,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, in one of the most embarrassing, like Oregon State. Oregon State should fire everybody.
That's when you burn the locker room down.
It was embarrassing.
Pretty much it.
They were dominating that game, and like they statistically did dominate that game, and somehow lost it. That atrocious effort by Oregon State. So there you go. That'll be my favorite play of the night. But there are. Oh wait, you thought there was just one MAC game tonight? Oh no, baby. Toledo's at Miami of Ohio. Toledo laying 4.5 on the road in Miami. Now, one thing I want to mention about home field in the MAC, it's very overrated. Like most of these MAC teams have no home field advantage. There's not a bunch of kids in the crowd. It's not onerous travel for most of these teams.
Yeah,
they all live in the same couple of crummy states.
But they all know each other, too. So it does. The familiarity brings contempt.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, when you decide, like, oh, they're home, that's a huge advantage. It's really not. It's not. The fan bases don't care very much, quite frankly. But Toledo's a 4.5-point road favorite. Buffalo is a 2.5-point dog at Central Michigan. So Central Michigan favored in that one. In the association tonight, the National Basketball Association, NBA, some people even call it. Rob and I will be in attendance tonight. Go Spurs, go! Vic, you want to go with us? You're out.
No, I'm out.
Okay, it's on too late tonight. Is that the problem?
That's it. Yeah.
I figured that would be the case. But we got a good slate of action tonight. The Spurs coming off, or excuse me, the Warriors coming off a loss last night. They are 4.5-point dogs here in San Antonio tonight. You got a feel?
That's about right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that is on the ropes, tired, the second half of a back-to-back. They're old.
I would expect a good effort tonight from the Warriors.
I think we'll get a good first quarter, and I think they're going to read the room. If they feel like they've got a shot, if they can go get it. But I think that if I'm Steve Kerr, my goal is to get out of San Antonio winning a game.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put my resources in the best place to do that. And if it happens in game one, that's when it'll happen, and they'll punt game two. But they'll get an early effort, and if it doesn't work out, I think Friday will be the game.
So a couple of really good games tonight. Detroit hosts Chicago. Detroit a 2.5-point favorite. Detroit's sitting at 9-2, by the way.
Yeah, they're good.
They're very good. The Milwaukee Bucks laying 5.5 on the road in Charlotte. Orlando plus 4.5 at the Knicks.
See, Desmond Bain hit that shot the other night, and suddenly Orlando's feeling like they're the team that they thought they were going to be is now starting to play.
Two teams that I have been fading pretty consistently so far this season, so I'll sit this one out. The Grizzlies are at the Celtics. The Celtics 6.5-point favorites at home in this one. Played a game last night, second end of a back-to-back. Gun to head, I'd be on the Grizz. Cleveland is at Miami.
Cleveland.
I think Cleveland is going to be sitting everybody tonight.
Oh my God, the way Miami embarrassed them night before last with a backdoor cut dunk to close the game out is the dumbest, worst way I've ever seen. Well, not ever, but in the last 5 years to see an NBA team get okey-doked like that. That was humiliating.
There has to be some kind of an injury here. This is a huge line. Cleveland is a 6.5-point dog at Miami.
Well, they were at home, and Miami just took care of business with Jaime Jaquez going crazy. There's got to be an injury.
Yeah, somebody's sitting out tonight. So be careful with that one. The Rockets laying 16.5 at home, hosting the 1-10 Washington Wizards. The Wizards are really, really serious about getting the number one pick this year.
It seems like every year. I mean, for the last 5 years, they're in the tank, and it's a bunch of new dudes tanking.
Who's the guy they took?
They took Sarr a couple years ago.
Oh,
last year, they took guard.
I was thinking, I didn't know if it was Sarr or Risache, but it was Sarr, and Risache is
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta. The Pelicans host the Trailblazers. Trailblazers laying 8.5 on the road.
Wow.
It's a big number. Although, again, I think I like the Blazers a lot more when they're underdogs. Like, I like it when I don't need them to win, particularly win by margin. I just need them to hang in there, hang close. The Lakers, are in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City minus 6.5 against the Lakers. You
like it bigger?
I kind of like it bigger. Yeah. I mean, the Thunder blew out the Warriors last night.
I will say that the thing about the Lakers that is more surprising than anything else is how hard they're playing defense.
Yeah.
And J.J. Redick has those middling players playing defense, so that gives them a puncher's chance, which I think the 6.5 makes a little sense. Other than that,
Phoenix is a 1-point favorite at Dallas tonight. Does Dallas get the Nico fired boost?
I think there will be a bounce to this. I do, and
the crowd's certainly going to be more into it.
I think it's going to be. We have reached bottom. We've admitted such. Let's look up and have some fun. I don't think they're going to win, but they're going to have more fun tonight than they've had all year.
Atlanta's at Sacramento. Sacramento catching 4 at home.
I watched a little bit of Sacramento last night. There's a little bit more there than we want to give credit.
I was going to say, give me the Kings tonight plus 4, hosting the Hawks, who I'm not real high on. And the Nuggies, the Denver Nuggies, 3.5-point favorites on the road at the L.A. Clippers.
They're a letdown.
They really are an absolute mess, are the L.A. Clippers. All right, in the world of college hoops, only 2 games, top 25 action tonight. Tennessee is hosting the University of North Florida. How about Tennessee minus 42.5 against North Florida?
I don't know what North Florida is, so I think 42.5 feels about right.
And
I would take them to cover.
Houston plays Oakland. Houston is a 31.5-point favorite against Oakland. Houston is 0-2 against the spread so far this season. They've let teams hang around a little bit. What I don't think is going to happen tonight is I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring done by the Golden Grizzlies. So I'm going to go with under 53.5 points scored by Oakland, who does have a pretty good offense.
Yeah, they're typically a very competitive basketball.
But I think Kelvin's going to put the clamps on them tonight.
I'll tell you a reason to watch both those games. For the Tennessee game, Ament,
he's solid, yeah.
Solid, just got Freshman of the Month for the SEC, and is certainly the kind of guy that if the Spurs were in a position to draft where he might be drafting, that they would certainly draft. The Houston game, Kingston, San Antonio's own, coming out of Brennan, is a legitimate player, man. This kid has some NBA game to him and is already getting minutes with Kelvin Sampson as a rank freshman, which is hard to do.
Yeah, Kingston Flemings is his name, and he's starting for UH.
Getting
been
minutes
very good
and playing well on the #1 team in the country.
Yeah.
Reason to watch both those games.
I don't follow recruiting very much, so when we were talking before, I guess it was before yesterday's show, we were talking about Houston basketball. And you were like, I think there's a kid there that got recruited there out of San Antonio, guard, and Kingston Flemings. And I was like, you said, yeah, that's him. And I said, oh, yeah, he's starting for UH. He's on the floor.
Unexpected. I knew he was good. We didn't know he was good.
Yeah, I didn't know he was from San Antonio. Good for him. Hockey. Rangers are at the Lightning. Lightning minus 145. The Edmonton Oilers are in Philly. The Oilers minus 135 over the Flyers. The Utah Mammoth minus 190 hosting the Buffalo Sabres. Utah's actually pretty solid, 9-7 so far on the season. And the New Jersey Devils, Vicky Valancourt is a Devil. They are minus 155 at the Chicago Blackhawks. All right, friends, look at us.
Where do you got what's the line on the Cowboys right now?
Oh, let's see. Cowboys on Monday Night Football sit at 3.5.
They got some good news yesterday. DeMarvion Overshown, we know, is a talented football player that can, in fact, make a difference.
Jerry's been telling you.
We've been waiting on it. Well, guess
buddy.
what? He practicing this week and might be playing on Monday night, so it might be worthy of a pay attention. I can't
Maybe
wait to talk to Shotty about it.
3.5 at the Raiders.
Oh, that's how bad things are. But hey, it's a roadie in Vegas. Let's have some fun.
Give me the over. All right, Blitz comes up at 2 o'clock. Vic and I will be here tomorrow. Rob's sleeping in. Hard times. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.